people. Oh, wait a minute. I was going to check on here. Is this switched up? Yeah. Sigh. Yeah, it is working. Right. Okay. So bear with me. I'm always extremely sleepy, like no energy all the time. Welcome to inattentive ADHD and the rest of it. But no, in cancer season, I'm so tired. So, if you want to look like, if you want to know what a high masking adult woman looks like, hello, this is me. I have literally been not doing very much all day, and I'm like, I'm just going to trick myself to be more awake. I'll do my hair, I'll do my makeup, and I'll get dressed, and that'll work. So let's see if it works. Hello, Charlotte. How are you? Um, how are you doing? It's been such a long time. I've been thinking of you. I've been thinking of all of you, but I was putting my thoughts out to you the other day, wondering how you were. Yeah, so I've not got a massive plan. We're just going to go wind diver, but we're just going to go with the flow, and I'm just going to catch up with some of you. So I'll just maybe fill in some of this shizzle while I'm here. 2 hours? Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'll be in. Well, yeah, I think 2 hours is enough. That's how long I was the last time. And then I can just go and watch Love Island. But if I'm a little bit late, I could bring you through the adverts, priorities. If we hit this goal, and I'll stay optimistic, we never do, I will schedule. Well, I don't really schedule, I'll just do, because I don't schedule and shit. I always do it from my laptop, and I don't like it from. I will do right. So if we hit that goal tonight, which if we don't, it's fine. I'll probably do it anyway. I just want something to write there. I will arrange a paid personals live stream. So the live stream will just be solely, well, I'll do collective stuff, but it'll be solely for the people that want a personal reading, energy healing while I'm live. I'm shattered and been super emotional since Mercury went retrograde. Absolutely hear you, Charlotte. Maybe that's why I was thinking of you actually. Yes, cancer season is emotional anyway, and then Mercury retrograde being in cancer doubles down on that. And also there's a square today. So the Sun square Saturn is very, very heavy energy. So I don't know, did you feel a real heaviness like yesterday and today? Like I still feel it, and I'm going to feel it for a while because of the way it's hitting my chart quite brutally. But there's so many things happening. I'm just hey, glad to be alive because that actually brings me to answer your other question. Um, I take it you were also one of the people that saw that I nearly died. I mean, sorry, I keep hearing The Hangover. But did you die? But did you die? It's just my guides. I'm not going to blame God for that one. I think my guides brutal, and my people in the spirit world having a laugh. But yeah, 2 weeks ago on Sunday, me and my mum were in a car crash, and yeah, it would have been fatal if we'd pulled in anywhere else a couple of minutes later. So I'm okay now, but everyone else has heard this actually. I don't know. You might have actually. I don't know if you've had time to watch that live that I done the other week there, but just in case people, I'll stop talking about it soon, people. It's just because this is only the second live I've done. Um, yeah, I was definitely in shock for 2 weeks, and I feel I'm over it now, but I've just been exhausted. So I'm going to go and talk to the doctor anyway. I feel okay, but I just want to go. So um, did I read? I was thinking you too, but wasn't sure when you were back. Yeah, I always planned to get back to the public live streams today. Um, and I felt I might have been back working with clients a wee bit before today. I have had a session, but I'm not like massively in a hurry. So, but I know that I've got someone in a few weeks, and so yeah, if anyone's looking for a session, you can just email me. But the best way to book a session is email me, and then we can sort you out, because I haven't. Yeah, it's only got the main session on the schedule, and if people want to pay it part payment, that's fine as well. But like I said, it's more just going by if I've got the energy to do it. But yes, did my time off rejuvenate? I don't want to be all doom and gloom about it. Like, yeah and no. I mean, it has just been one. Oh, I thought you didn't know. Again, guys, it wasn't just me wanting to go on about it again. It's just I know myself very well, and although some people might see my Leo midheaven as very like dramatic, well, because it is. That's not me day to day. Me day to day is my sixth retrograde, very introvert and Scorpio rising. So, you know, it's interesting. I didn't really want loads of people. I didn't want loads of people to know when it happened because I was trying to heal basically. And but I did put a shorts out a few days after it happened, and I noticed like it hardly got any views, and I was like, well, that's probably for the best. And then I mentioned it when I done I don't know one of the videos or something, and then I spoke about it in the live. So yeah, but a lot of people don't know that. So but yeah, I'm still in one piece, but I'm not exaggerating when I say yeah, it was a very close call. But clearly, I've got more of God's work to do here, and I'm yes, obviously delighted that both me and my mum are great. And my neighbour was just asking how my mum is. I was like, she's fucking fine. She's fucking amazing. she's, Rona just kept on going. So, but yeah. So, did I get all these questions? But no, sorry to hear that you've been emotional and shattered. I'm absolutely feeling you, sister. Oh, happy birthday to your son. I hope he had a nice day. Um, so glad you're both okay, but that sounds really scary. Yeah, it was really scary. I had a little crash and that unsettled me for ages as both the driver and the passenger. Yeah. And it's a different experience as well, isn't it? Like, I mean, I don't drive, but when you're the passenger and something like that happens, like, it is interesting how the driver isn't, well, again, you can't say that with a lot of things, but like, with me and my mum anyway, it's like she, didn't really have anything at all. Whereas like it's gone now, but I had a bruise here, but my war wounds are gone. It was interesting. It was the seat belt has like pressed in and it, so it was quite bruised, was sore for about 4 or 5 days or something. But I mean, God, if that's all, that's it. But like I said, it wasn't that at all because I was already exhausted, and then the shock has just exhausted me even further. Hello to me. Sorry, I was in the middle of chatting there. But yeah, the replaying stuff is horrendous. Like that. That was a long week. Yeah. Like when I did speak to the doctor on the phone, it's everybody's different. It's just it could take you weeks or months to sort of stop doing that. Whereas I'm not doing it now, but I was doing it quite obsessively for a while after. Like 10 days solid or something. But it's a good thing, like I said, good a wake up call. Like things that I've been holding off on in my life, no more. Absolutely not. Going for it. Just not just yet, because we are in the Mercury retrograde in Cancer, which slows things down. So although life usually speeds up for me in a Mercury retrograde in any sign because I was born with it, but maybe it's Mercury retrograde. Maybe she was born with it. So I'm just gonna ignore all the bullshit that everyone says about it because it's not all that bad. But yeah, because it's in Cancer, I am still feeling like I want to do loads of stuff, and they're like, no, just chill, just be in your feminine. Oh wait a minute, this angle isn't good, or I need to not lean back like that because I'm just relaxing after my tea. Do you know what I mean? I'm just letting it all relax, and yeah, so we need to just tilt that up a little bit there. I just had a really nice tea. Have any of you ever had seaweed paper? Like I think it's called seaweed snack. I'm like totally into it. I got a wasabi one, and I was like, God, I hope this isn't like tons of calories because I'm eating the whole pack. But They're only like 20, 30 calories. So, and not on its own. You can eat it on its own, but I was like having it with like rice and salmon and stuff. Um, but yes, How are you doing, Denise? And yes, I missed you too. I missed all of you. Um, what's it like over there? Is it freezing? Because it's not your summer, eh? It's your winter. So I'm just wondering how the weather is. How's the weather down under? Right. Okay. So, um, can't say love, but we'll watch it later. Sending love and energy. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Oh, it was. No, it was really nice. I've done like, you know how, like, look, everyone does this with rice, don't they? I'm doing okay so far. It's freezing good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I thought it was. I just sort of, I don't know. I felt it when you said hi. We're meant to have another hot one the next couple of days. So, uh, God, come on. Don't do this to me. We don't need you to do much, just a wee bit. I do remember thinking I needed to. Uh, oh, we nearly got something. Needed to fill this up again. Oh, do you know what? Fuck it. I did Sage before I came on. I thought maybe I've turned it down instead of up. No, that's not complying. Just trust me that I did Sage before we came on. It's fine. We'll just spray this. My perfume. That is nice. Yeah, my friend when my friend was here the other night, she was like, "Oh, what's that amazing smell?" I was like, "That's the Florida water. I've just smudged the whole house, and then I have sprayed everywhere." So people do notice. Um, right. So, but yes, my tea, Charlotte, was the night before I made the rice, and it's like, you know how with rice, it's always like, does anyone ever measure it like right? You know, especially if it's just you. But it's quite funny because tonight I thought, right, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do 30 grams, which honestly looks like fuck all. Like, I mean, rice looks like fuck all anyway, doesn't it? But that really looks like nothing. And you're like, look, I know it expands and everything, but that's going to be like about 2 spoonsful or something. Well, I had a feeling I was wrong, but I thought just in case, I'm going to add another wee bit to make it 40 grams. Actually, I wouldn't say it was the perfect amount. And it depends. Like, some of you might be like, fuck that, that's not enough. But just because I'm trying to, like, yeah, I'm trying to keep track of everything. To be honest, I would be all right with the 30 grams. But it's funny how when you put it in, that really does, it looks like nothing. But when you're having it with other stuff, that would have been all right. So that's just good for me to keep track of. But I just always think that's funny how rice looks like that. It's like, how do you know what I mean? I think the only way to get it right is to do what I'm doing there, is to like take note of how much you've put in and then remember it for the next time, which perfectly common sense what I'm saying, but I just worked that one out at the ripe old age of 42. Um, but yeah, I had it with like cabbage because I love cabbage, but I don't make it as much as I should, but I love it. Cabbage and salmon, and then I mix it all up with the rice, and then I was putting it in the rice paper. Now I wasn't rolling it up, making it fancy like sushi. I love sushi. I was just kind of like picking up the paper and shoving it in it, picking up the paper. So, but I am feeling quite proud of myself. I'm like, that's quite a little fancy tea that is very healthy and it's going to keep me on track. And yes, I will eat this until I get sick of it. It will be my hyper focus. um, but I'm fancying trying it with tuna too, but I don't know. That doesn't like it. It's not as appealing. But anyway, sorry, I really don't know what's going on down there, but like I can hear very nice music actually, and I'm trying to work out whether it is a choir, a funeral, somebody's birthday, or like a christening or something. I really don't know, but the singing is very passionate, and it does sound like somebody's taking someone to church. Like, do you mean it really does? It sounds like it is really nice what I can hear, but it's quite full on. But I think that, like, I think maybe probably the neighbours are thinking the same as me. Like, I don't know where this heavenly choir is coming from, but I'm okay with it. Gonna roll it. It's been going on a couple hours, and I'm like, I like it. So respect if it is a funeral. Like I said, I really don't. I'm not joking. Like I really don't know what is going on there. I don't know if it is just like a choir's kind of gathered. I don't know. It's a bit random, but you won't be able to hear it, so you'll be like, "What on earth are you going on about?" Right. So I don't know if people saw the one that I done earlier because I've not been doing anything other than shorts. My lives and my videos and my shorts for that matter will not be getting pushed out very much. So if you have got time and you want to watch any of them, thank you. It will help. But yeah, what was interesting when I done the one earlier, and I've filmed tomorrow and Thursdays already. Like I filmed day one Monday and then I filmed today's today. It was quite interesting because Square actually fell, and like I said, like Sun in Cancer is Square Saturn in Aries, so you know that is creating that heavy feeling. It's kind of like, you know, to me it's like kicking your ass somewhere where you need it. So it might feel like there's a bit of pressure and heaviness, but it's like, you know, it's something annoying you, like something's got to give, something needs to change. So that's where you can feel a bit of heaviness. And like I just said earlier, like I'm feeling it a bit more because it's the Saturn is on my Venus, um, which is quite interesting. I've spoke about that conjunction quite a lot because some of you might have it with your twin flame. I do. But you know, so it can feel quite serious. Like it can feel things like are it can feel like things are very serious when they don't even need to be. Um, but yeah, yeah, I feel like I know that one now. Not knowing any other. Maybe people are just having a good old karaoke session. Pray. Release your worries to the angels and take time out to pray. So I don't know why we needed this deck, but I just leaned over way over there when I've got all these cards in front of me. So we'll start with this. What do people need to hear on this 7/7 portal? Where, yes, I don't know about yourselves, but I always feel strong activations coming in, Sirius energy, galactic guys in general, but again, I'm always feeling their energy around me all the time. But I did find it quite interesting that that card came out earlier. Ships of Light, beam up your vibration, open up the star family. With Awakened Mask, actually, the energy in that live was, like I said, really important, really serious. Definitely Moon conjunct Saturn, serious energy. Like I'd said right at the start of it that I felt twin flame activations this week, and then also, like I don't know. I don't know. I said something similar, and then it's just interesting that that card came out then. So wait a minute. Like there is huge shake-ups, big shifts going on in the masculine's life, male or female. Self-responsibility. Hello, the Saturn energy buckles you firmly in the driver's seat of your own life's direction. So in the lives that I've done this week, there is a lot of emphasis on being the driver of your own life. Oh my god, look at the freaking driver with what I was just saying. Oh god, a lot of time for jokes. Um, right. So it might be the same kind of energy I pick up on, but I hope not, because I just want to. I don't want to be repeating the same stuff I'd said earlier. And like I said, it's really my nose is itching. That's a loved one's spirit coming in. If you're new, it's really just sort of hang out with whoever's here for a wee bit, and put some good healing energy out there for all the fuckery that's going on today, because there will be, yeah, bad things have happened in the world over the years on the stage, so they like to do weird shit. So, right, what else do we need? Goodness, yes, we need to put some goodness out into the world. Try seeing the good in others and in this situation. So I feel that's come out because of what I was just saying there. Yes, there's not so nice energies that gather and congregate and put bad juju out in the world. But when groups of people or you yourself, you know, send love and like people are like, oh, sending love, you know what I mean, energy out to the places that need it. Because obviously, I mean, there's too many things are, you know what I mean, whether it's to do with the weather or natural disasters or, yeah, the weather and natural disasters is sticking out as just, yeah, like chapters out the Bible. But I mean, it's been like that for a few years now. But I mean, I don't think anyone can dispute it. It really does feel like, to me, it feels like stuff nightmares are made of. Just being honest, like it's quite crazy to be living through these times. But again, don't mind me. See what I mean? I tend to go more at the depressing side of the cancer rather than the cozy cuddle cups of tea. I'm just like, I find it quite depressing actually. I would like some Leo season joy in my life. Um, right, what else have we got here? Activity. Take up an activity that will bring you joy. Yeah, so again, if you're feeling that kind of heaviness, like I said, there is the specific astrology like today, and then that energy will be slowly fading away. Not for me though, because of where it's affected me, but for you, unless you have similar placements, it'll be moving away the heaviness. But if you are feeling a heaviness in general for whatever reason, I suspect dark night of the soul or other things that have made you sad or stuck or down or whatever, or exhausted or burnt out, take up some kind of activity that brings joy and laughter. Replace your current stresses with laughter. Yeah, totally. Because it's like whenever like shitty stuff's going on in my life, whatever it is, whether it's really heavy stuff or I'm just totally exhausted and burnt out, like, my go-to is obviously my reality TV. I do love that, but that's not necessarily always funny. I mean, a lot of it can be, but I love reality TV because, which I know a lot of it isn't reality, guys, but it's because it's got all the emotions. You know what I mean? It's like right now, if we use Love Island for example, I mean, I don't like the word hate, but it really can make you a bit of a man hater. And I suppose that's what it's meant to do. Do you know what I mean? But I always usually come full circle, being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they've done that." And I'm like, "Well, actually," and I always like weigh it up my mind, and I'm like, "Oh, it's quite nice to see that guy go full circle, and well, at least he's realised what he's looking at." You know what I mean? It's kind of, but there are some that you're like, nah, you're just a wrong un. Like, I'm trying to see the good and I'm not finding it. Do you know what I mean? But there's nobody that I feel like that right now on it. But just very young. I mean, really, I said that when it started. I'm like, I don't think I should be watching this anymore. Like, they're all far too young, and it's kind of even hard to relate to anymore. Any of this, like, it's kind of hard to relate. I mean, I don't know about how some of you feel, but it's hard to relate to Love Island. Full stop. I wouldn't have been cutting about in a bikini on the fucking telly with millions, watching. I mean, it's just that's no for me. That would be for a lot of people, mind you. But that, no, you know what I mean. I think they're crazy for doing that anyway. But I think the Scottish girl's carrying us. I'm not being biased. I do think that girl Ellie. I think she's going to win. She should win. I think she's going to win because I think it's been nice to watch. She was quite up herself when she came on. That's the impression she gave, was that she, if she was chocolate, she would eat herself. That's kind of like and then it's so interesting. Like, she seems completely different now. She just seems very humble and genuine. Basically, she was, rather than the men being humbled, which is happening right now, she was humbled right at the start because, like I said, she really fancies herself and she is gorgeous. And she's just a nice girl too. But it's like, she kept, like, nothing kept going right for her. Like, the guy she picked somebody else, and then the next one she went with, then snog somebody else. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's the way that I look at it. It's like, actually, that's, well, I'm like, I'm just going to go with this because actually, Charlotte, are you still here? If you're still here, you'll be watching. Normally, this is what happens. Nobody's watching Love Island, or Charlotte might be, but I can see out why they're making me talk about this because I've picked up a lot on ego death in the one for today, and probably in other ones I've done because ego death's always coming up, like ego death, dark night. So, but that is what I've saw unfold on Love Island with quite a few of them. Like I said, she was coming across very kind of like just really fancying herself, and like fair enough. Like I said, she's a young girl and she is stunning and fun and everything. But it's just off putting, whether it's a guy or a girl. When somebody's like fancying themselves that much, it's like, ooh, do you know what I mean? And all of them came on like that. But I mean, come on, they're on Love Island, so they've got to fancy themselves. They went on. It's the way that I see it. They are all usually quite hot, to be honest. Not all of them, mind you. Everyone's different cup of tea. But the point I'm getting at is that's why I think that girl will win, no matter who she's paired with, because, like I said, she was very. Oh, are you not watching it? You not been watching it? Yeah, she was very, like I said, just very fancy yourself and just kind of, I don't know, it was a bit off. She was a bit much. I like people that are quite extra and stuff, but she was a bit much. And then when that's happened to her, and she's, which was quite sad to see, that she kept not getting picked, and things just, she obviously expected to go on, find somebody, and be the most popular, and she is, but it's weird the way it's kind of happened. It's kind of Mercury retrograde for her, I would say. And then now she's with this guy, and it looks like they do look really cute together. And I hope, like, yeah, I could see them winning. But it's more just, I think, like I said, it's her journey that it's like she seems totally different. Because even the presenter said that to her. Like sometimes people, like I don't like that saying, but it's true. Sometimes people need knocked down a peg or two. And normally that is a saying I hate, and it's not a nice saying. But I think in this case it is relevant. Like if you are fancying yourself that much, whether you're a girl like that or a guy, sometimes you do need shitty stuff to happen to you. Be like, and in that case it's not that serious. It's just the guy she picked was picking somebody else, and then that's going to humble you. And then then she gets to somebody else, and he's like sneak around the corner at snog fucking two girls. I think never mind one. And it's so that was sad to see that happen, but it's obviously reminded her of who she really is, and so she's still stunning and a nice girl. But like I say, she just seems an all-round sort of nicer person. So maybe somebody resonates with that out there. I don't know whether you're a man or a woman. Maybe you've just had a few life is. What's that song now? No, I think now it's like now I'm like, is it somebody's just like giving it loudly with the karaoke or the music or something? I'm sure it was a choir earlier, and now somebody's just got the karaoke on loud or the music. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to go on, but like I said, it has went on forever. But yeah, so I think for me to go on about Love Island like that long, I do think there is something about something like that, that sometimes it's not such a bad thing. God, by the way, this is really sounded like where is the moon right now? Because it was moon conjunct Saturn. This really is sounding like Saturn talking because it's quite strict and it's quite brutal, but it's true. Yeah, yeah, the moon is still. Is this right? Yeah, it's still pretty much conjunct. So that makes sense why I'm talking like that. It's like, you know what I mean? It's tough, but it's sort of shaping, I would say, her into the woman that she's become. Because I think she's only 23, or she might be 26. I don't know. No, 23, I think she is. I think the most of them are 23, and then some of them are 27. Anyway, right. So no idea why I just went on about all of that, but trust me, it'll have some sort of meaning. Right. What else have we got here? Talking of Saturn, do we need more of a structure? Should I get that? I was thinking that maybe I should get that tarot deck that's got a bit of a spread in it. Rainbow Child, unstoppable, new earth builder, multi-talented, miraculous alchemy. Yeah, so again, that is what I'm meaning by twin flame activations or just, light code activations, DNA activations in general. There is very strong new earth frequency flooding in to the planet at this time. Like I said, there always is at this time of year, but for twin flames, favorite card on the deck. Oh, thank you. I'm like, what's happened here? I didn't even. Charlotte, you really did use some kind of initiative there when I didn't even put the thing up. Thank you for that. Opening the heart, right to love and be loved, heart healing. So, yeah, look. So that's, this is talking about New Earth and this is talking about Mary Magdalene and Jesus. Twin flame activations, very strong ones because that deck that I've got that says twin flame, and then it says you activated my soul, and I can never thank you enough, or something like that. Right? It goes. It's this big long story that came out for tomorrow and Thursday, so there is definitely very strong energy going on at this time. So wait a minute, I'm going to just love it when that card comes out. Only got eyes for each other. That's how it should be in the end. If it's not, get them to fucking find the right one, whether it's your twin flame or whoever. Not everyone is a twin flame, is what I mean. So if you're a twin flame, I pray it's your true twin flame. And if you're not a twin flame, I just pray you find a nice person to treat you well. That kind of jazz. Um, right, I'm going to get that spread. Charlotte, would you like some cards? And thank you for that donation. I'm just laughing. That's so funny that you've done that and I hadn't even put the thing up. I'm just not with it. Where is the here they are. Right. Right. Okay, so what's that? Is that my elbow? Is that when I was trying to get up? Like, what is that? Yeah, I've got these. So these are like got tarot spreads on them. That's like, basically if we don't want to just wing it. Oh God, this is not flattering when I anyway. Let it go. Sorry, can you see what I mean? That is Saturn on my Venus. It's like God, like this astrology is the worst of my life. And I'm not exaggerating. It really is. Like there's shit going on everywhere. It's just like God. It's just yeah. Saturn on the Venus is it's too much. This must be why the twin flame ran away and never came back. We can't blame him because it's my Saturn that sits on his feet. So he's like, no, this is too. I need to go. I can't handle this. And it's like that's what's happening to me right now. The Saturn for everyone is on my Venus. Excuse me. Why are you trying to piss on my Venus in Aries parade? Could you move away, Saturn? I've already had quite a lot of shit go on, and this is not fun. You better not ruin Leo season for me. Right, okay. True though, isn't it? That's just me keeping it real. I'd be lying if I said, oh, I just don't understand. No, I do understand that, but if this is how I make him feel, that's understandable. There's nothing I can do about that. But nah. It's like I said, it's not like if you're the Saturn person in an equation, because some of you might have this, it's not like you're always going to make them feel like that. It's just they will feel like, oh, there's something serious about it. There's something, dude, like we're important to each other. I don't like this, and I need to run away. Then maybe people grow into that feeling and understand what it means. Maybe they don't. Who knows? But like I always say, if you're the Saturn person and the Venus person runs away and they don't want to be any part of your life, that's kind of shit, isn't it? Because they've taken the fun away. You could balance each other out. You could just find another. You could just, I mean, I could just go about and be like, has anyone got this? Has anyone got this and this at this degree? Have you? Have you? Right, this might work. You can be my friend. You can, yeah. I tried on PayPal, but didn't let. Oh, testing. Right, didn't let you. I don't know. But thank you for that. Right, okay. So, and did you say yes to it? Did you say that you were? Did you say yes that you were wanting a message? I'm just going to get one more for the collective, and then I will do a wee message for you. Because again, and then I'll just probably shuffle that tarot spread, and then I'll hang around a wee bit more. But I mean, it gets a bit boring if I'm like, oh, collective, collective, collective. It's like, I just want to show face. I'm trying, basically. That's what I said in the one earlier. I'm trying to get back into some sort of swing of things, and it's fucking hard. Like, I can't. I just feel in limbo. And that's nothing to do with the car crash. It's just, I was feeling like that anyway, and that didn't help. You know? I wasn't meaning it. That kind of sounded funny the way I was saying it, but it's the truth. It's like, dance. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Becca. How are you doing? Oh my God. That's, by the way, that's a little bit weird because you know how I was just doing all. It sounded like, but it is kind of banter mixed in with the truth and just teaching people astrology at the same time. That's kind of interesting that I just said that about. Is there anybody out there with like something and something? Because I know that Becca actually does have. She does have. That's really funny. Becca, if you didn't see what I was saying before you came on, you need to rewind that bit and watch it later because that's really. Be careful what you wish for, guys, because that's strange. You know how I was like, is there anyone out there with this and this? that could conjunct by this, and then we might balance each other out a bit, and you're one of them. So you know what I mean? There you go. Truly, madly, deeply has just come on. Cascada. Is that not the other? Is that her copying the other people's song? But that's quite interesting. So dance, move your body to music, dance with the rhythm of life, manifest your dreams through dance. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm taking that on board. I definitely feel maybe something around a full moon. So look out for dancing around a full moon, or like I mean, like literally going out dancing. I don't mean doing some kind of dance around a full moon. I mean, you do you, boo. But it's kind of like there is something about using funny films or funny programs or entertaining programs or music or dance to uplift your energy if you're feeling the heaviness. Yeah, I know, honestly, that is kind of weird because I did just say something like that. I thought this card was going to come out. Discernment, all is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. Oh, hello. Hello, Mary Magdalene and Jesus. I think we need some keep your dreams a secret. Look, this is the look. Keep your dreams a secret. Look, she's like, I'm not fucking telling anyone what's going on in my life because they're all nosy C words. Every time I tell somebody something shit happens, I'm just keeping that to myself. But even I'm not even in the. She does look like that, eh? She's like, I'm just going to tell you my secrets because you're my horse and you're not going to fucking backstab me. Um, yeah, that'll do. Right, okay. So, right, let's do Charlotte some cards. So, let's see. Actually, I wonder if I should just while I've got the energy, because I was going to do that and I completely forgot, and you have just reminded me. Now this should just. What are they singing now? Please use the Kofi link or PayPal any random way. Oh, that must be something I was doing about money. Um, it'll be more than a card, but let's see. I'll put that in there. There. So if anyone is wanting, like like a more substantial message, you can use that link. But otherwise, I'll pull you a couple of cards as well after. Becca. Right, okay, so it's really bothering me, like not knowing like what that thing's about. Right. So Charlotte, would you like me to just wing it and see whatever comes out? Or would you like a wee bit more Saturn structure? um with and then I'll like basic because this is Russian roulette, right? Because some of them have like loads of questions and some of them have like free, like that one's got free. So it's the luck of the draw. Makes it just a wee bit more fun. That's what I've been using for the live streams, most of which you haven't seen, but I've already filmed the majority of the week. So tell you what, that tea was nice, but it's coming back on me. My little uh, sushi concoction thing. What is it? When I have cucumber, it always comes back. I love cucumber, but I've spoken about this loads of times. But I'm allergic to it. My grandma was as well. But I made it I made it the other day without the skin on it, and I thought it was all right, but it still was coming back on me a little bit. But um, I'll just shuffle these till I see Charlotte's thing. Actually, did that alarm go off yet? Because I think it did, and I ignored it because that was to tell me to drink something. I'm gonna start having What do you call it? A hydration break. We're having a hydration. Oh fuck, that's going to be called that from now on. Hydration break. Actually, we had hydration breaks before the football invented it. Because what do you? It's Katie that usually it says, reminds me to do, or usually she done it on one of the lives or something, or you know what I mean? Oh, that's terrible. That's flat. Oh, that's horrible. How long does that mean fucking sitting there? I've got like a, do you know what? We've got one that I just opened. I'm not sponsored by them. I just like it. But mind you, that's why does that feel a bit flat? And I just opened it. How is that possible? That one's flat because I poured it and I've left it in the fridge for ages. But I don't know why that one's flat. Um, yes, you do. Lots of you do. That's right. Thank you. But it's. I think she actually called it a high. I'm sure she said something like that once. That's why it stuck in my mind. I watch a lot of Twitch streamers, so I'm used to telling people to drink. Is that all going on there as well? Do they forget to drink? I get stuck in my wee land. Right, I'm up for fun. Right, so well, Charlotte, that doesn't help me with the question. Does the fun mean you don't want me to shuffle? Do you want me to shuffle one of these and it can pick the questions for us, or do you want me to just wing it? Um, I'm going to keep shuffling them until you tell me. You might have meant that it'd be fun to use the cut, but I don't. It's my fault. I don't know how I worded it. I don't know. I'm feeling like I maybe need the not need them, but I'm just kind of like actually not when I'm homing in on one of you, but when I'm doing the collective, I just feel like it's just a bit boring. Again, I'm just bored of everything. Hopefully, I'm not going to be as bored doing your personal ones, but I'm like just bored of this in general. You'd think having nearly 2 months off, I'd be like, it's weird. Like I have been choking to get back to it, but like not really. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not the same old. That like it needs to be different, and I just haven't really worked out what different looks like. Oh right, I thought that. Yeah, I did think that. Sorry, it's my memory. I know that you know that. Right. Okay. Make it fun. Although the questions aren't necessarily fun, some of them are about shadow work and heavy shit, but some of them aren't fun. What have we got? What would be good questions? A good tarot spread for Charlotte, and then I'll just see what I'm drawn to for it. Anytime now, when you're ready. Oh, oh, see, I don't normally wait for them to fly out. I was only joking. I was going to pick it myself, but they're like, well, good things come to those who wait. Oh, French. I did feel you were going to get one about friendship. So you got the one called Care as the theme, and there are 6 placements. Although it sounds a lot, it only has, I don't know, these are weird. We'll just go with it. I remember when I used these before, I didn't really like them that much, so I kind of changed them a bit. But anyway, the first question, so basically the theme is care, and then the sort of next, well, I suppose, I don't know what you'd call it. The header is, I don't know. It's like care, and then it's got friendship. So with that, anyway, you know what I'm saying. Like the overall theme is care, and now we've got friendship under that care. And number one is where I need care right now. And then number two is where a friend needs care right now. And number three is how I can care for my friend. And number four, five, and six is how I need to care for myself. I wonder why four, maybe there's four, five, and six for you because it's like we should pour more into ourselves than we do into other people. And a lot of people don't, do they? They will pour all their energy out helping everyone else, and then they're like, oh, there's a little bit left for me at the end of the teapot. So I'll just take the dregs. Or here's one that I might not have shared before, but I'm sure I have, right? It might sound a bit random, a bit weird, like I'm joking, but I'm not, right? Many, many, many years ago. So, Charlotte, this could be us going into yours, by the way, but I'm being guided to say this. It's not that serious either. It's just everything feels super serious right now because I don't usually say super either, but it came out of my mouth. But it feels really serious because the moon is conjunct Saturn, and like I said, all that energy is hitting my Venus, and it's just sucking the fun out of everything. Damn it! So I'm like rebelling, and I'm like, I'm gonna wear my favorite color, and I'm gonna curl my hair, and I'm gonna wear my makeup. Damn it! You will not stop me playing. And Saturn's like, wanna bet? Take this bitch. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wipe it all off. I'm gonna chuck my hair up and I'm gonna put my jammies on. And I'm gonna cry watching Love Island. So anyway, so what a really simple thing is, right? Like, love yourself so much that you don't even, and I bet you some of you have done this, because I have done this in my lifetime, but I've never, it's not that I've never, I have got out the habit of this for God, it's got to have been at least 15 years or something. I just sort of, I know you're all on the edge of your seat waiting to hear what I'm going to say, and it's actually something really quite boring, but it's simple. And if you can start here, it's basically to do with liking yourself and loving yourself more, right? It's something really simple. How many of you would have a cup of tea, right? And we're not going to go with the builder's tea with the milk, right? Because although I bet you some of you even do that, that might be taken a bit too far, right? But say you have like a peppermint tea or something all the time, or a herbal tea or something, right? So you're like who gives a fuck? Do you know what I mean? Rinse it out, fucking use it again. It's only me, right? Perfectly acceptable. I don't even do that because actually I'm a good example of that. Like I very rarely ever have like tea with milk. I'm always having like Lady Grey with a bit of orange is my favourite, right? Or if I'm at someone's house, I'll just like have like normal black tea, do you know what I mean? Like or whatever herbal. I mean herbal tea is shit, let's face it. I've just tricked myself to like it, but it's all shit. You can if you can find one you like, it makes life a little bit better. But that's like having Saturn on your Venus all the time actually. But but yeah, basically the point I'm making is I don't use the same mug again. So say tonight, right? I've not got my tea. Say I've got like my Lady Grey, right? And I'm like, right, fine. And then I go to sleep tonight. I wake up tomorrow and I'm half asleep and I'm like, right, I'm just going to use the same mug. I'm just going to rinse it out and use it again. It's only me. Nobody knows. It's only fucking hot water anyway, isn't it? I don't do it though because the point is it's the intention behind it. And I always think would I rinse the mug out and just like I mean like not properly it's different if you're properly washing it. I mean like would I just chuck yesterday's out and rinse it and give it to someone else? No, I wouldn't. So you shouldn't do that for yourself. So I know that might be like you might be like, what the fuck is going on about? But do you know what I mean? I've always felt like that was quite a good way to live. Is especially if you're somebody that gets really bogged down with like the dishes everywhere and everything. Just remember if you wouldn't do that for a guest, don't do that to yourself. So although it might give you more dishes to do, and even if you have to wash it there in the moment, wash it, rinse it, have it, or like like I said, leave the one from yesterday, get a new mug. But I'm like that anyway because mugs are life. Like my mugs always give me messages. They bring me joy. Like that thing said, find an activity that brings you joy. Well, mine are my mugs. They've always got a message for someone else or for me. Sometimes both. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know why I was guided to share that, but it is a true story. Sometimes I might be tempted. I'm like, oh come on, like fucking hell, I was only drinking water of it. It's just the same glass. Like, no, I'm going to get another one because I wouldn't just give a guest yesterday's one, so I'm not going to do that myself. Right. So anyway, getting back to Charlotte's. So but that could actually be for you too, though. But I feel it's for everyone to hear. So sticking with the theme of friendship, where you need care right now. So where does Charlotte need care right now? Where does Charlotte need care right now? The accept. Thanks God and the guides. You're making me like my job a little bit again. Look at that. Love it. So receive. So look at the story I just told. And if you got the point of it, people live and on replay, it's that you matter just as much as everyone else, if not more. You should matter more to you in your own life. You should value yourself. And a lot of people have got it backwards and they're bending over backwards to please everyone else. and then they're seeing to themselves, and that's all wrong. It's bad examples, whether it be around us with friends and family, people that are always overextending themselves to everyone else, or in society, like, oh, be a lovely, nice person to everyone and be a people pleaser. And no, like, make sure that you are filling up yourself, and then you can give from you being, having what you need. So receive. Be open to receiving goodness. What's that with that word, goodness? That was on the other card as well. Believe you're worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. So, for this being where you need care right now, Charlotte, and the word receive coming out, that feels really important. Again, because like I said, everything feels very important right now with the moon in Aries conjunct Saturn. It's like, oh, it's everything's serious. We need to get really serious about everything right now. So just you keep that at the forefront of your mind, that this should not be a time of you giving to others where you haven't got the energy. And actually, you've already said that yourself, that you've been exhausted. So I hope you've been taking care of yourself. And then behind that as well, we have past lives. Release your past life karma. So it might be saying that in the past you would have been more likely to, be really helpful to others in that. But something's getting shuffled where it's like, look, you can still help people, but make sure that you're giving yourself first. You're an old soul with deep wisdom, something I say to you all the time. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. So, yeah, perhaps in a past life, or it can even be in the past in this life, you gave too much to others, and it's now is a time for you to receive. God, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people are resonating with this. I know I fucking am. Right, so we're a friend. Now, that's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? We're a friend needs care right now. Sorry, I'm just listening to another nice song. Like honestly, where is this music coming? I mean, that sounds like a church song or something. It's like, but like like I can't really explain this music, but I'm like, God, is anyone else hearing the music? Imagine I open my windows are open, but imagine open the windows like, are you hearing the music? Are you hearing it? And they'll be like, I can't hear it, and I'm like, oh my God, they're they're coming for me in another way. Um, but right now it feels like a very emotional kind of. It feels like an emotional church song, but like a really good one, or like someone giving it loudly at karaoke. Or I'm trying to kind of make my mind up if it's actually like somehow what I'm hearing right now kind of sounds like if you're at an Irish pub and like everyone's kind of, I don't know, but it's really nice. Trust me, if you can't hear it, it's nice what I'm hearing, but it's kind of random. I can't put it in a genre. Right, so just you could stretch this to someone around you that's needing care. And if nothing comes to you now, then just look out for somebody that might come your way. So where a friend needs care right now. Oh, God, in there. Oh, I went it right. Okay, we're going with this. Earth Angel, but that's not even the deck I'm using, right? So you're a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. But what I'm getting from this, right? I mean, that is absolutely what you are, what I am, what, let's face it, what half the people watching this are, unless you're somebody that's really, well, in fact, even if you're really someone that's in a dark place, you could be that too, and you're just breaking on through the other side. So how do we know? But because we're asking about where a friend needs care right now, look out for somebody that like helps others, that is like an earth angel as well. That like it's kind of interesting what they're saying to me. It's like you're needing to put all that love and care into you right now. And it might be so much so that you're like, oh my God, like it feels like I need to do all this stuff, but actually I just haven't even got the energy. And they're pulling me up to my wee bird on the wall up there, that which is always, funnily enough, about a friend in the spirit world. Good friends lift you when you forget how to fly. When it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. Now, I know that that is my sign specifically for a friend in the spirit world, but I know that your mum was your best friend as well. It's like I almost feel that energy. Fucking still am, just in a different way. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's I definitely do feel. So it's like, I feel her energy really coming in, but it's kind of like just I don't know because I don't think it's happened yet. Just look out for somebody else that is kind of like I feel somebody else that's a healer or somebody else that likes helping people, and you're going to come across them in some sort of way. Probably more than likely in your sort of physical environment, but I mean, it could be online, and it's like they're a bit out of balance, and it's almost like it's like you're recognizing it because you've went through it too, and it's just like basically someone that does a lot of good for other people is in need of taking care of themselves. Music, how bloody weird is that when I'm getting so distracted by that music? And I mean, I know that you love music, but I mean, who doesn't? But sorry, I just keep tuning in because I keep tuning in to see what's next. Right? What else about? So again, just look out for that. Basically, somebody that's a bit out of balance, and I think you're going to come across them in some sort of way. And I think it's just going to be very natural where whatever it is you say really helps them. Maybe just helps them to not be so hard on themselves and like have some time off, or I don't know. But it's like you don't need to go sort of seeking them, it's just something that I think you're going to know when it happens, and then you'll say the next time we speak, you know what I mean? And then they're pulling me up to I'm so lucky. So yeah, it's like I feel like someone's going to feel lucky that you crossed their path to sort of help them with what they need. Do you know what? Actually, that's actually now sounding like that could be like a client or something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like informally or formally, but someone's going to feel really lucky that they crossed your path to help them with where they were out of balance. And so they bloody well should. Charlotte is very good at helping when one is not feeling great. I've been on the receiving end of it many a time. So, how I can care for my friend. Well, I think we've just covered that, but let's shuffle these. What the fuck? Is that Sunday singing or is that the karaoke? Or is it both? Because it's kind of beautiful. I wonder if this is going to become a Tuesday night thing. See, because now that's sounding like country music. Hello, Michelle. I am also in the where in the UK are you from? In fact, all of us are. All of us. The people in the chat, and they're from England, and I'm Scotland. Where are you from? And is this the first time speaking? Or did you speak maybe before I had time off? Can't remember. Sorry if you did. I knew you'd come knocking one night. No, wait a minute. One day, unannounced like a thief in the night. Finally, I found you. Sorry, that's on the telly right now, and I'm being really put off by the beautiful angelic woman that is singing. Honestly, I think the more I'm thinking about this, I think this might be like a celebration of someone's life or something. Because it's like I keep feeling really emotional when I hear this music. I can't make up my mind whether it feels like some people are joining in the song. It's like, right, look, I don't know if some of you are getting what I'm saying. You know how some like church music is like fucking beautiful, like really beautiful. Like I really love some of that music whenever I come across. Like sometimes I've come across it online and it's like really moving. That's the kind of music that's playing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is it like is it just an emotional gathering, Or is it somebody's? It also keeps sounding like a bit of a karaoke. I don't know. I mean, Devon. Ah, lovely. Yes, I thought I saw your name before. Right. So actually, I think you know what, my memory's that good. I think I specifically remember one of the lives you spoke on. I think it was quite a heavy reading I was doing. Was that you? I feel like, see if this wasn't you, but I'm just going to go. I feel like I was picking up on a really difficult karmic situation. Yeah, so do I. It's I don't even know that it's gospel though, Rebecca. It's I don't know what it is. I mean, you've seen me. I'd say that is church music I'm hearing right now. That is somebody singing that way. God, that's really lovely. That's actually bringing tears to my eyes. I feel like it must. I think it's someone's funeral. That makes sense. Like it's been going on for hours. Appreciate others by saying thank you. Oh wow, what? Yeah, remember. So this is still how I can care for my friend because we're going to get to you in a minute. It's like God, this is getting really heavy now. I think there's something. It's. I think I don't know what this is. I feel you're going to come across somebody in some type of way. I don't know whether it's months from now, weeks from now, days from now. Someone's really not feeling good, basically. If you get what I'm saying, Charlotte. So look out for it. And I feel whatever sort of attention you give them or support or whatever context it is, like by you appreciating them, it's really like you're helping somebody feel like they matter. Sorry, I'm just tuning in. I'm like trying. I can't even know hear what's good, but I was like they just said something on the mic, and I'm like I don't know. Yeah, I thought that. I felt that. Yes, I remember that. See, it just like I remember names and stuff. I remember you tuned it like you. Um, yeah, I remember that. That was a really heavy reading. Um, right. So let's see. How how can Charlotte? So just keep that in mind again. It seems totally random, but it won't be when it happens, as we know. But oh, that card just came. So how I need to care for myself. So this is how you can care for yourself, Charlotte. Guidance. Well, this is guidance coming through. You're being encouraged to ask your angels for guidance on your current situation. So whatever there's something, whatever is going on in your life that you feel you need guidance with, like you're being urged to put that out to your angels, guides, your loved ones in spirit. And like I said, I already felt your mum coming in strong there because I feel the times I have brought her through before, when I've done it on the live stream, it's only just a handful of times. It's she might have come through like that when we done it 1-to-1, but she likes to identify herself as a friend. I've noticed, which I know makes sense to you. But yeah, there's something that you're being asked to put that out to to your guides and your loved ones in spirit about whatever it is you're struggling with. And I feel it is something. Look, you might resonate with some of the things I've been saying because, as we know, like that's why I'm on here. It's a 7/7 portal, but whatever random things I'm saying, it's going to resonate with people. But look, fun times may appear quicker than expected. I always think that card sounds a bit funny, but it's like that heavy feeling that I've been feeling, and it sounds like you've been feeling it as well. Whether you call it heavy or just exhausting, it's like ask put the question out to your guides and your angels and your ancestors, your loved ones in spirit. What could I do? Like what could me and the kids do? Like what is something that I could arrange for quite soon that would really pick my energy up? like me and the kids, but specifically what would pick my energy up, or mum, like, give me a sign, what would pick my energy up. And be prepared for fun times to appear quicker than expected and for you to receive. So that's answering one of the questions. We love it. What's another one? All I ever wanted to see you smiling. Oh God, that actually. I will give you a round of applause. Well, I wouldn't actually clap, but who sings that? Come on, some of you are similar ages to me. All I ever wanted. It's like, and it's a band where he had, for some reason, it was always the same girl. So I'm assuming it was his girlfriend or sister or someone, but the same girl is in all this guy's videos. Must have been his bird. Can't be his sister. That's wrong if it's his sister. Does anyone know what the band is? But that's what I was singing there. Abundance. So you already had a card that was saying about, yeah, the receive card mentions being open to abundance. Be open to receive abundance. So this is a strong message coming through, Charlotte, that the more you can just settle into that divine feminine resting energy without giving yourself a hard time, like it's really like restoring your energy and opening up you to be a vessel to hold even more abundance, like whether it's money or happier times. Um, right. Yeah, look, positive. Look at the situation with a positive perspective. Let's change to. That music is fucking blaring, man. Like, I don't mind because I like it, but I'm kind of like, do we have any idea how long that's going to go on? Nah, it's not a name. Yes. What else? What else does Charlotte need about caring for herself? Shine your light. Wise action, space for grace, Kuan Yin. Ah, yeah, but you see, the way I was talking there was very softly, Kuan Yin. So you maybe even like to sort of call him Kuan Yin or that kind of soft, gentle. Yeah, because I did just say divine feminine energy. But again, it's, oh, and actually, like the 7-7 portal is very linked to, divine feminine energies and softer energies coming in and really protecting that. But yeah, and look how I said as well that I don't know what I channeled it, something about creating space for more abundance. And this says space for grace. So there is something there about when you can create that space and that time for yourself to basically to rest. Like it might be a bit boring, but like I mean, because that is like honestly, that is where I'm at, and that is where some other people I've spoke to recently as well are the same. It's like God, like you would have thought I'd had enough rest, and it does. It's kind of like feels like no matter how much rest you have, you still don't feel rested enough. So if you feel like that's how I've been feeling. I hope that's not what you feel, mind you. But yeah, it's like when you do rise again, like you'll really be able to shine your light. God, this is getting a bit cheesy, but along with the cheesy music, God, if you could only hear the music, like that is cheesy. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite here for it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for it. I'm quite like, it's just strange how every song is a little bit like a different news. That saying something about. Yeah, that's definitely religious. That is, I think. I mean, I can even hear someone clapping now. I really like. It's like what is going on? It's just some kind of. I'm like I know it's a 7-7 portal, but like what is awakening? Sorry. Notice how I'm like, what is going on? And it's like, so yeah, oh, that's quite funny. So, awakening. So yes. Oh, sorry. We might have found a replacement for the. And did I put? I didn't. That's so annoying. I put in the title 7/7 portal, Twinflame activation, Sirius Lightcodes, DNA activation, and then I took that out because I don't know why I took it out because I've kind of thought, well, that's always what I'm doing every time I'm on, but this actually says know who you are, DNA activation. So, because that is the point, like the energy that's flooding in right now, we are getting huge DNA activations. And, it's when the Sirius energy is about at this time, that alignment, it can be spontaneous awakening for some. But we're like yourself and other people watching and me as well, like it's what I call a heightened further awakening. Like you could just have a huge whole other epiphany about something and see like a wake up call, like I've been sharing I've had. So if that hasn't come in for you yet, it's coming. But again, this is actually that's for everyone, like huge awakening energy. Oh God, love it. Right, is there anything else that we need? I'm going to keep that out for the. I already got the Mary Magdalene. I'm going to pull you another card, but I'm just going to get the Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene and Jesus, because whenever they come out, I love it for the thumbnail. Because basically, that card and that one is definitely the energy. You know what I mean? There's awakening going on for everyone on some level, unless you're really resistant it. Yes, heaven on earth. But there are specific huge twin flame activations going on. So be open, to the changes in yourself and your person. Your person? I haven't done that for a while, have I? Your person. Right, so, right, wait a minute. Right, let's get a wee bit more deep. Yeah, look, cornucopia. I'm telling you, if you can just resist judging yourself for resting so much, I'm not saying that you are, I'm about to read what you're saying. But if you are doing that, stop it. Because I mean, I have a little bit to myself. I'm like, for fuck's sake, why am I still needing a rest? Yes, I know I nearly died. But did you die? No, I didn't. Did you die? No, I didn't. So I've rested enough. Right, give me a wee bit more for Charlotte, and then I'm going to read. I'm off this week, but I've got. Yes, that's a good thumbnail. Although my hair's a bit frizzy, but we'll deal with it. I'm off this week, but I've got 5 working days left with my part-time job. I've got so much going on, so I do need to rest. Ah, right, there you go. So that's why it's coming in. And so have you got are you going to have a lot of time to yourself after that then? After you finish that? I'm struggling to sleep at the moment, so I figured things were changing. Yeah, no, there is. There's huge shift. Always this time of year, the energy coming in is just so high. It's up, and then it'll be like the energy leading up to the Lionsgate portal, which I just saw somebody mention. I'm just going to read that in a minute. So, yeah, 10 of Cups. Do you know what I mean? It's like, look, you're heading towards some kind of happy times, happy ever after, joyful moments. Um, but then that's what you were just saying, working too hard, multiple jobs. You've just said that. The need to bring balance and fun into your life, juggling multiple priorities, balancing the budget. Yeah, so I just feel there is it's a wee bit. Again, sorry guys, the messages tonight but might be a wee bit boring, a wee bit serious because of the moon conjunct Saturn. But it's like, if you can just sort of slow it down a little bit and don't work so hard, it'll balance things out. Right. So, why can't I move the chat back? It's stuck. I think I did read. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I can't. Oh no, it's doing it now. Right. So, fuck. Why is it? I'm gonna refresh it. Oh my god. Chat come back. Right. Getting a bit stuck. Right. Yes, I keep falling asleep and the kids are moaning. Well, just you tell them you're exhausted and it's because you need more rest. But I have too. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I usually, when I've got my wee doggy pal that I had today, I usually go and pick her up and I want to go a walk, but most of the time she's so predictable, she doesn't want to go a walk. When it's the winter, if I think it's because she prefers, like, when it's the winter, I would usually go and get her and we'd come back and we'd nap for a bit and then we'd go out. But yeah, she didn't want to go like a walk with her. So we came back, like I'd already slept in right till when I got her, which wasn't early. And then I actually just had to go back to sleep again for like, the best part of an hour because she just that week, this week dog can nap like you wouldn't believe. And I mean, that's why she's matched well with me because I'm the same. But it was like, again, I was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, because of this astrology, I was judging myself a little bit. I was like, did they, because I think I was hyping up this, like, I felt like because I've been waiting for the 7-7 portal because I really just don't ask me why because I can see user. I'm going to answer what some people have said there, but it's like just every year I do feel huge activations coming in for myself, and then that's why they get me to go live because it's my frequency. If people that are meant to feel that kind of energy will feel it. I could really just come on and tell you what I had for my tea and anything. And actually tonight I did come on and tell you what I had for my tea. See what I mean? That's how frequency works. Like people that get it will get it. But and if you're new, by the way, I don't just come on and tell people what I had for my tea and talk about food. I just happen to do it today. And actually, it's because we're in Cancer season, which is food and sleep, and look at the things we're talking about. And Mercury retrograde in Cancer, food and sleep, trauma, feelings, sadness, depression, all the themes that came up in the live earlier, all the things that are coming up now. But yeah, I do just always feel that next level awakening in this energy. And like with the activations and the upgrades and the solar flares and all of this energy that's going on, and because of like all the horrendous stuff that's going on all over the planet too that I've mentioned, a lot of us are here to hold a certain frequency and hold the light and be just by not doing very much actually, just by you staying calm and peaceful. And you don't need to say calm and peaceful all the time as we like to party. Venga Boys is on. It's exhausting, like holding that energy. If you know, you know. um So I feel that kind of rant has come through because it's like, don't be so hard on yourself. Because actually, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot more than what you think. Like a lot of you will be doing stuff in your sleep. Like I definitely know I'm still doing healing and stuff. Because people tell me all the time, "Well, you showed up in my dream and you were like, help me with this, or you were help me out of a dark hole." And I'm like, all right, that's why I'm exhausted. But you know what I mean? Like there is stuff going on, so don't kind of think you're crazy. Like the energy is more heightened. Right. Right, I'll scroll back to you really messed with your head and your heart. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, don't be sorry your messages are confusing. I'm just sorry that you had an experience like that. Because like I said, it's that message was so heavy. And I remember you were really resonating with it. And I hear you. I got a new phone a few months ago and it's like a brick. I don't know what iPhone they're playing at. I mean, it's just like who was that I was with recently? And they had oh, it was yeah, one of my pals that lives away. And when I was meeting her just quickly, and I was like, "Oh, this fucking phone's so heavy." And I was like, "Have you got the same one?" And she was like, "Oh, I quite like the heavy ones." I'm like, "I don't." You know what I mean? Because that's my old one. And look, I can just fucking chuck this about like, you know what I mean? And it's light. This one's like whoosh, so heavy, but it's a great camera and a great video. So just saying. Phone problems. So what does the 7-7 portal represent? Well, lots of things. Like numerology wise, sevens are a very high vibrational number connected to the crown chakra, and well, really God is the way that I see it. So just really the doubled up energy of the seven alone makes it a high frequency day. But when you go with all the other stuff, it's the alignment of the sun in Cancer with the Sirius energy, which is why I'm going on about that. And then that leads up to the the 8-8, the Lionsgate portal energy. So that's why I feel all that energy. But also on a not so nice note, lots of like horrible rituals and things like that are done on these kind of portal days. So it's just good for healers to put out a nice frequency, to put out the goodness, like that word keeps coming out. Because remember, like years and years ago, this is the anniversary of, you know, that, wait a minute, what year was that? So even that can cast a dark shadow. What year was it? Yeah, 2005, you know, the bus in London. God, was it that long ago? God, that's crazy. So you know what I mean? Like, I pray that I've not heard anything, but I pray that there's been nothing dark that's happened today that I've seen. But again, there just seems to be stuff every day. So even that makes it a, you know, a sad day as well. Right. Oh yeah, so there you're already answering the question. Lionsgate portal. Well, it's like I always kind of joke, right? That it's like it seemed a bit like boring that every time it was like the free, like the 3rd of March, you know, the 4th of April, the free portal, the 4 portal, the 5 portal, and it's like, oh come on, man, why is it always a fucking portal? But then I stopped kind of taking the piss because I do feel a different energy on these days. So it's quite interesting. Like not all of them as strongly, but definitely this one, 7/7 portal and the 8/8 energy, I feel very strongly. Um, Maybe the 3/3. I don't think the other one so much, but yeah, it's a thing. Today was a good day. That's all I know. Well, we're very glad that you had a good day. I'm sure that I read that, but I'm focusing on reviving my business, giving myself a year as inheritance has provided some breathing space. Yes, and you absolutely deserve that breathing space. So enjoy it. So perhaps actually that makes a lot. I mean, it's more important it makes sense to you, but that makes a lot of sense. That if you're very tired towards the end of working hard, because well done on clearing that debt. Cleared all my debt now 7 months earlier than planned. I mean, that does deserve a round of applause. Well done, because that is something that, oh my God, actually, Charlotte, maybe that's what all these abundance cards are, isn't it? Because of like abundance, 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 receive. That's what you're receiving. You're receiving that well-earned time off to pour into your business. You know what I mean? To have that sort of time to kind of, yeah, love it. That all like, yeah, I could see how all the cards sort of tie in with all of that. See, this is why I channel the messaging and I get to read in what people have said after. But yeah, congratulations, and you're very welcome as well. And talking of cards, does anyone else want a couple of cards? And thank you for that donation, Charlotte. Um, but like I said, people can like I'll give everyone else a couple of cards too. I just won't do it for as long. Um, because it's already 8:30. That's crazy. And yeah, I was planning to go around 9. Um, yeah, I remember that as my mum was working in London. Oh God, oh. My mum was working in London on 7/7 and I was trying to get through to check she was okay. And I was like, oh God. Well, I mean, I know it's not a nice memory, but maybe your mum was making me talk about that because I just mentioned your mum not long ago, and then I'm talking about that. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Because what are the chances? That must have been terrifying. Yeah. So, like I said, that I mean, that will be a dark shadow, a dark sort of energy that's cast over London, especially. Do you know what I mean? But it's not something that people are going to forget. Um, Kind of reminds me the one that sticks out to me. I mean, there's so many things, isn't there? But like, I always remember the Dunblane uh, that day. You know, like it's. I always feel that very strongly. Like I remember where I was and everything, and um, I'm popping off now. Got to get the bins out. I will email you sometime. I say, absolutely, yes. I look forward to that. I've only literally really got around to looking at it. It's quite funny actually. One of the people that I connected with recently, like she was like, "Oh, did you get my email? You know?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I got it there." And she was like, "No, the one a couple of weeks." I was like, "Oh no, I didn't." And then as I was talking to her, I put her name in, and I was like, "Shit, there was one from 2 weeks ago." So it's really interesting. I don't usually miss people's emails like that. So I'm just sort of saying, if people have ever and I haven't replied, I've got like a ridiculous amount of emails. So um, yeah. Oh my God, art! I started drawing. Oh, amazing! Um, that's amazing. Well done. Um, right. So, right, Becca and Michelle. I think you're the only ones left in the chat now. So, would you like a couple of cards before I go? And oh yeah, I keep forgetting to use these. I was gonna before I leave, right? Remind me to do. In fact, I'll just do it now, right? I'll pull in case I forget completely, right? Because I've got these galactic star tarot cards because of the extra galactic. It's always extra galactic when I'm around, but you know, extra galactic energy with the portal, and I didn't use them early, and I nearly forgot to use them again. Set you free. Too high. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, 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 whoa. Really all we can do with that song, isn't it? Do you know what? Am I imagining it, or it's like it feels like if I slept weird on my neck or something. It feels like when I'm moving my neck, it's a bit sore. It's just another excuse for a massage. I was planning, I was going to get one once a month, and that just hasn't happened yet because I'm already past a month. But I'm like, yeah, definitely. Oh, my neck feels a bit sore. Um, thank you. I will enjoy Love Island. I always do, even if I'm fucking raging at the diabolical behavior of the men usually. Nah, it's not just the men. There's some girls that I'm like, not girls, girls anyway. Fucking shady behavior. Can't stand when people are making themselves out to be fucking, oh, so nice, really. I well, you weren't very nice, were you? Because you were fucking telling him not to tell her, and then you were doing that to her. No, I could see right through you, head. It's they have the thing called movie night, and basically movie night is where they all get blasted, they all get put on the telly, and they see what they've all been saying about each other. So it's quite entertaining. Right. Okay, so let's actually stick with this deck for people. So let's get a card for Becca, and then I will do one for Michelle. So what have we got? Tell you what we'll do. We'll pull a card for your feminine energy and your masculine energy. So we're going to do Becca first, and then oh, my nose is really itchy. And then I'll do yours, Michelle, and then I might just end it with collective, and then I'll just get off. So what have we got? Because I'm actually going to have another couple of days of rest because it's meant to be up in the mid high 20s. I mean, we'll see, but there was a lot of rain today, but it's saying it's going to be like 24, 25 tomorrow and the next day. So I'm away to enjoy my sister's garden actually. So it feels like I'm going on a bit of a holiday. But yes, 10 of Swords, because I feel a bit like that and I just need a rest. Um, but I just need to go to sleep and hibernate all this cancer season. It ends on the 21st, so still got a wee bit of time. Oh yeah, I heard it was raining in Scotland. Yeah, it's been raining all day. It's just horrible because it's still like muggy and warm and hot, but it's raining. I'm saying it's horrible. That's not really true. I love the rain, but I don't like warm rain. Uh, I like rain when it's freezing cold and you can put your hood up and you don't need to talk to anyone. Well, you can kind of do that when it was. I could kind of do that earlier too. I just still, I don't really care whether it was sun or not. Sunglasses, head under my raincoat, and get to myself. Oh my God, 30 degrees. Ah, man. Yeah, I think ours is. Let's see. Tomorrow it's saying Edinburgh is 21 and 20. Oh, it's went down, you see. Oh, I think it's hotter here though. So it's saying 21 and 22, but specifically where I am, yeah, it's hotter. It's because I'm not right in the middle of Edinburgh. It's maybe 24 and 25 here. So fuck. 25 is even too hot for me. So 30 is like, no way. Because I was maybe going to go and visit my cousin again at some point. He lives down near London and stuff, but I'm not going in those temperatures. Absolutely not. Fuck that. 37, no, no way. The most, it's the highest I can remember in recent years. And when I say recent years, I think that was, oh God, I don't even know how many years ago it was now. What are we on? I think it was maybe 10 years ago I went, but it was 40 when I was on holiday and it was too hot and I just sat under a towel. All my friends were talking and doing the normal shit that people do on holiday and I was sunbathing and, you know, drinking in the sun and that. And I was like, I read a whole book under a towel. And I don't even read, I don't even need to, I don't even usually read books, but I was that hot and bothered. I just sat under the towel and read the whole Love Warrior, I believe it was called as well. That sounds very 80s, doesn't it? But yeah, and then Oman when I was like 15, probably definitely would have been even hotter than that. But I mean, however hot it was too hot. I don't like that type of heat. I've been in Egyptian desert. Yeah, see, like that's similar to me. Like if if you know where Oman is, it's not really your average place that people go to. But I had family that lived there at the time, and I was in the actual desert. Like they wanted to buy me. Like they'd never seen somebody as white as me and my cousins. My ginger cousins, they were wanting to buy them. I'm not even kidding, they were. Because apparently, there's something about like angels with red hair or something. Don't quote me on this. I don't know. Whatever religion it was, they were like, "Oh my god, angels!" And I'm like, "Are you kidding? They are not very well behaved children." They weren't angels, but they weren't for sale either. But yeah, nah, people were wanting like there was guys like I basically was that scared. I was holding my dad's hand walking through the whatever you call it. And I mean, I was 15, but I was holding his hand and no letting go because they were asking to marry me and buy me and everything. And in light of some of the shit that's come to light from the darkness in the world, I'm glad that my mum and dad were so vigilant because I don't think it would have been hard to snatch me off of the where we're walking about. It's really pretty scary actually. Um, I think it was because I had, I was just going through my wee like kind of like, what I mean, fucking Raj stage, Just, anyway, everyone goes through that. Well, I'm saying that, but it was like I had all my jewelry on. Do you know what I mean? I would have had all my jewelry, all my rings. They were like, "Is she married?" And it's like, no, she's just trying to be, down with the kid. She's not married. She's just got a lot of rings. I confused them. Right. So, what have we got? I was also popular over there. Yes. We don't really want to be popular in that way though, do we? I was terrified. Yes. Um okay, so what have we got for Becca's feminine energy within her? Oh, interesting. Some kind of secrets coming out. We've got the High Priestess in reverse. And for your masculine energy, or maybe you're not listening to your intuition, we have got justice. So some kind of justice for your masculine energy. Like, let's read the wee galactic message. Okay, so for your feminine energy, your receptive energy, your feelings, I will read the whole message, but you have the retrograde message, and we're in the retrograde, remember? Well, we're in a few, but we're in Mercury retrograde. So I wonder what. Will I read it all actually? I'll read it all, but pay extra attention to the retrograde meaning, right? I'll read the retrograde meaning first. Perhaps you do not even know that your intuition is sending you messages. You look to others for answers and are drifting farther away from your soul's path. Check in with yourself and make choices that give you full body, happy, cosmic tingles. All right. So again, in general, that is not you in general because you're a Scorpio with Venus and Scorpio, which is like you'll see what I was saying before you came on. So you know what I mean? You've got that super psychic radar. So just sort of home in more specifically on what might you not have been listening to your intuition about recently? Like you were getting messages about something and you were ignoring it. So it could be from the smallest of things to the biggest things. So just maybe check in with that. So this is the whole message though. Your intuition is being activated. The star gift that you have been searching for across the galaxies has been revealed. And I'm also going to show you the beautiful card. Listen to your inner wisdom and the quiet whisperings of your soul. The answers that you seek exist within you. It is time to be still, everything I've been saying on this life, with your magic, and like this high priestess from the Persephone moon orbiting Jupiter, trust your cosmic instincts to guide you through to the next step of your divine purpose. You have the ability to tap into your higher self and call forth your intuitive wisdom with stellar power. From the infinite cosmic perspective, you always have access to the infinite knowledge of the universe. You possess all the answers you seek because, as a divine being, everything already exists within you, and you exist within everything. Star mantra: I am an eternal cosmic being who possesses infinite knowledge. Oh, yeah. And so, this is your masculine energy. Got two major arcana as well, so that feels pretty big too. Some big life lessons. Right, so for your masculine, your action taking, your decision making, and all the other things that you associate with masculine energy, it was upright. To keep the galaxy balanced, this justice star being of Andromeda fairly oversees the pursuit of truth and the preservation of cosmic laws. If you're seeking justice, know that this is a positive sign that all will be well and it will be done with ease. Whatever the outcome is, accept what is given and move on, as there will be no second or third chances with the Justice card. So the retrograde message, which you didn't get because I didn't pull it reverse, but I'm going to read it in case it's relevant. You now hold the scales and the sword to make an important judgment involving other people. Do not let your personal bias interfere with this important decision. Come from a place of neutrality and look at the information and the facts you've gathered in order to be fair and bring justice to the situation. Swift as the winds of Saturn, justice arrives to bring truth and balance. If your heart and mind are at odds, come into a balance, place of silent stillness, and allow your inner scales to equalize what you know with what you feel in order to reach a fair conclusion. That's quite interesting because the first card's telling you your feminine energy was saying there's something you've been ignoring your intuition with. And then your masculine energy is saying to have a balance of your intuition and your logical mind. So that's quite interesting. To reach a fair conclusion. So it's like, both are equally important. So follow your heart, but take your mind with you. And I mean, I feel that's kind of from when you speak, that feels like your energy anyway. Like quite a balance of both. Um, I trust that the universe always provides justice and upholds truth. The cosmic scales always come into balance. Love it. And then I do feel like I want to. What was the deck that was it? This one. Now there is a card in this about art, like art. I can't remember what it says. Creative soul or something. Yeah, pretty much how I am already. Let's see what else have we got. Spiritual warrior. And isn't that interesting? So that's interesting that I named the title of that book was Love Warrior. I think I said, didn't I? And this is Spiritual Warrior. A spiritual warrior's only armor is the strength and power of his heart or her heart. So there's definitely something here about you having to make a head over heart decision, or I mean, something that your head and your heart might be balancing up right now, weighing up a decision of some kind. I don't know. Hopefully, you know what all that means, but something's coming. If you don't know, hold on to it because something will make it clear. There's a song on right now called "Cry," so like, I mean, I don't know why, but I'm getting this kind of feeling like it might not have hit you yet, and then something just kind of hits you and you have the, I feel like that's some kind of epiphany washing over you or something. Materialism, dissatisfaction, indulgence, 9 of Cups in reverse. Personal transition, resistance, unfinished. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but like unfinished, like all these kind of words, it's kind of giving me that feeling of having an epiphany about something and seeing something from a different perspective than what, like, so maybe it's like in the past you would have looked at something more logically, and now you've grown and evolved that much. Something's really going to hit you in the field, and you're going to look, because it actually, because think about it, right? Today's card was awakened masculine, and everyone that talks in the chat, whether you're a man or a woman, you're in that masculine energy. So it's like, I do feel all of you. It might not necessarily be about love, but all of you could be having some huge big epiphanies. It doesn't need to necessarily be today, but you know, this week. That's what I've sort of tuned into. Moving on hit me hard. Talking to a new guy. Oh, well, there you go. Rough movement in the love life. I hope everything is going well there. Right, okay, so Michelle, hopefully you're still there. Thank you for being patient. Let's give this a wee shuffle. I don't even know what that is, that song. System F, Cry. Kitchen Disco Belters. Oh, dear. Well, I'll tell you something. She's not crying in the rain. She's walking about in a nightie and it was raining. And, well, when you walk about in a white nightie in the rain, it goes a bit see-through. So there you go. Men and maybe some women out there if you want some. What a bit of soft PORS on the music channel. Thank you so much for reading. You're very welcome. Oh, remember that song? Oh, I know something good is gonna happen. See, they're leaving you with that song. Something good is gonna happen. It's like a really funny sort of video where the guy's like doing like breakdancing. Right, what have we got for Michelle? For Michelle's feminine energy, your intuition, your feelings, your receptive energy. Wouldn't it be funny if we got some of the same cards? Right, 5 of Wands in reverse, and what's going on here? There's a whole load of spaceship and aircrafts and going on. That's you, like, I can't fucking take this shit. Tell me the answer. What is it you're trying to communicate to me? Now, I'm only joking, but again, you might have been feeling like that a little bit. Oh, I used to love that song. I had a feeling you were going to say something like that. Yeah, it's on. It is quite a good one. So right, 5 of Wands in reverse. So again, hopefully some kind of competition, conflict, some kind of bullshit is behind you now, Michelle, emotionally. But I will read it from the book. But that's what I'm kind of. But it's quite funny. Look, see what I mean? He's like, "What the fuck's going on here? You're trying to fucking tell me messages. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. Just fucking tell me so that I can understand." I don't know why I'm finding that so funny. Right, I'm going to leave it in reverse so that I know it. Right, so that's your feminine energy. What have we got for your masculine energy? Your decision making, your action taking, your boundary setting, or it can be lack of. Oh, but it's all Speedy Gonzalez. Everything is shooting ahead because you've got the 8 of Wands. So this could also be, so again, because this is in your masculine energy, and the masculine energy is about taking action, and the 8 of Wands is fast action. It can be like taking action really quickly, or someone taking quick action towards you, or messages, calls, people showing up out of the blue, just things happening very quickly. Important email coming in, anything like this. So we'll just see what it says. And then 6 of Swords, moving on, healing, moving on from something. And then look, Becca just said she's moved on. Right, so right, 5 of Wands. And I opened the book up at the 5 of Swords. So 5 going on. Right, so 5 of Wands. So Same with all the rest of it. I'm going to read the whole thing, but you got in reverse, so pay more attention to the retrograde meaning. So sometimes ignore it. So this is a retrograde meaning of this card, the funny one where the guy's shouting at the sky. Sometimes ignoring conflict works, but this time the reversed Five of Wands is calling you to stand up and speak for what's yours. And isn't that interesting that I said or lack of boundary setting? So you can tell me how this resonates. It's calling you for you to stand up and speak for what is yours, leading with both your heart and your passion. Okay, so that is the main message from that. So that's what that guy's doing. Like, fucking tell me what you want me to understand or whatever. So the whole card is a starseed human is ready to ascend into the galaxies. Oh, so that's what he's saying. Take me with you. Take me to your leader. A starseed human is ready to ascend into the galaxies and join one of the 5 starships. There is a competition and conflict when everyone wants the same thing or has different opinions. There might be a moment of chaos, like the 5 of Wands card, but if you take a moment and hear each person out, then the conversation will be more productive. Hey, that's quite interesting. With that, put together with that, I pray not, but if you've had some kind of argument with someone recently or just not been seeing eye to eye, well, that is Mercury retrograde. But also because, like, the Sun square Saturn just now as well can create that tension within yourself and something you need to do, but it can create a bit of, not so nice energy with others as well because we're all sort of feeling it, so it could clash with others. But I don't know that, if this hasn't happened yet, just look out for that kind of, I don't know, kind of chaotic energy in the future, which obviously we pray isn't happening. But I mean, I do give, it's past, present, future I read. Let's read the rest of this. Some of the greatest opportunities for growth are found in areas of tension and conflict. So long as you remain resilient and adaptable, this harmonious experiences can help you understand yourself and others on a much deeper level. So stay present and engaged even when events feel challenging. Oh God, so that is why I remembered you as the woman that really resonated with that. It is all, oh God, I want to sing some Leon, but it is all coming back to me now. It was me. I was in a need for that. And they're shouting in the street. So do you know what I mean? It's like you resonated with a live stream where again, listen, it never seems to change around here, but it was one of the ones where it was pretty dark, wasn't it? It was like generally I remember it being something about like somebody with a really toxic ex that was making their life hell. But if I'm remembering you rightly, like, so I'm looking away because that's my clairvoyance. I think that storyline was like, yes, because I can see you're saying that you've had a toxic ex, but I think that one was specifically like, so say you've been with someone, so say you've been with your twin flame, and then they move on to somebody that is like, but particularly toxic, like really dark, really bitchy, really just kind of just worst nightmare kind of thing. But it was kind of more unique because I felt like she were you the person when it was like she might have actually been trying to bother you? Like that isn't always a thing. Like usually like they're out there talking about you and that and whatever if they even know who you are. Some of them won't even know. But you know what I mean? It was more unique, wasn't it? It was like your past person was with someone that was maybe I don't know. It was all kind of I just remember it being a bit more dramatic. Um I compassionately embrace tension as an opportunity for growth and expansion. I mean, it is true, whatever kind of situations we get ourselves into. I mean, that's what I said. Whatever situations we get ourselves into, or we're pulled into by others, whether it's in love or friendship or family, it is for our soul's growth, but it certainly isn't. Yeah, look, wait a minute. What are you saying? The other woman called the police on me. Yeah, see what I mean, guys. This is what I'm saying. This was months ago, but I remembered whatever I was reading on, and you were like, "Oh my god, this is mine." Shit, I'm really sorry to hear that. That is right. Let's read. Let's read this. Yes, that happened. My ex cheated. I'm sorry to hear that. And came back and entangled me. Right. So see what I mean? I hadn't read that bit yet. And then that's definitely what this is picking up on. Then I stood up to the other woman. Good for you. because how you're not to know if he's come back and done that, and then it all confused me, and I walked away from it all. Well, good for you, because I think when I asked you at the time, like, do you feel that that was your twin flame, or are you feeling like that was like he was a karmic partner of yours, and then he's put you in a like a well, that's a dangerous situation. I think I said the exact same in the life. Um, because you know what I mean, my calling isn't just to help true twin flames, it's also to help people untangle shit like this. Like, you know, maybe he wasn't somebody you're meant, you know, maybe he isn't your twin flame. But I mean, I'm always like, you know what I mean, you've got to sort of have balance with it, because like, you know, unfortunately, like, you know, it could, you know, I think you said something like you maybe felt it was, I can't remember because it was only over the live chat, but like I feel, you know, I can feel things over live chat too, but I feel it instantly when I'm talking to someone on sessions. But you know, just because someone's got you in or something like that, it doesn't mean it's necessarily not your twin flame, unfortunately. Because if someone is unawakened, they can do toxic stuff, and then obviously the karma and the regret would come later. But like, I hope that isn't your twin flame, because that sounds really rough. Um, she's very toxic, the other woman. Yeah, I sense that. My ex tried to see me last year. I said no, as the other woman was still in his life. I mean, so what is like? What is she to him? Is it like, is she a girlfriend, or is it more serious? Like, have they got kids together? Are they, you know, are they married? Or, you know what I mean? Because there could be all different sorts of things going on. She's obviously laid claim to him somehow. Um, I loved him very much. Our relationship was nice. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But what's not nice is that he put you in that situation. Oh my God, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Look, he put you in competition. That's what the Five of Wands is about. He lost his job and was at rock. Oh, he lost his job and was at Rick bottom. What's Rick bottom? I'm going to trust that you meant rock bottom. So, right, so he was at rock bottom, and then he's met her, because when you're at rock bottom, you're going to meet the riffraff, and you think she was abusing. Well, like, you know, that shit. And then the thing is, right, so he'll be feeling that shit about himself, and shame and guilt and everything, that, you know, although that's painful for you, it's probably easier for him to stay in what he's created, which doesn't sound very nice. So I'm sorry to hear that. God, this definitely does have a moon conjunct Saturn feel to it, doesn't it? Well, let's hope there's some positive messages coming about with the Eight of Wands, because like I said, the Eight of Wands can be text calls, you know, someone turning up at the door. I would hope in your case, a changed man got rid of the toxic girlfriend. Jeez. Right, okay, so Eight of Wands. Your passion is like the eight fiery wands in the skies, guiding you to your desires. The actions you have taken are in alignment with what you're intending to create in this world. Now you will see things gaining momentum and moving much faster. So yeah, things could be speeding up for you. The universe moves at a quantum speed as it conspires to support your goals. Your projects are rocket powered and ready for takeoff. So stay focused on your vision and prepare for warp speed success. Yeah, they often are, Michelle. The karmic partners are not usually soft, fluffy. Oh, you know, if you've fallen out of love with me, that's fine. You can go. I'd rather you were happy. They're like, you're mine. You will be mine, even if you love someone else. Or you will stay here because we have a house together. Or you will stay here because we have kids together. You will stay here because we have a dog. Or maybe we have all of that. You will do everything I say. That's usually the vibe. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. Not for everyone, but it's just what I read on all the time collectively, and it's what I've seen in personal sessions. So, whether it's a man or a woman, by the way, the karmic energies are not, again, they are part of your journey, but they can be, it's rough lessons. Um, occasionally I might meet people where, you know, their karmic person has been more of like a soulmate, where it's all been pretty nice enough and then got to a bit of a boring point. But I mean, I had a conversation not so long ago where, like, you know, I did share this at the time, but it was like, you know, the woman had been married to someone for a long time and, you know, had older children and then has met someone else. And actually, it's really quite amicable. And it's just, you know, tried for a while with the partner that she was married to. And it just, you know, tried a few times and it just wasn't working. And, you know, split up. And then she's met, you know, well, because I deal with twin flames, met the twin flame, the person she's meant to be with. And it's like, known them a million years in it. So, you know, it's not that was refreshing because it wasn't all the drama. You know, it's still sad when people break up and everything, but most of the time, yeah, when I help people in personal sessions and when it's on here, it is usually the drama. What was the song that's just come on? Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room has just come on. So, I mean, like, I know this is quite funny the way I'm channeling this, but Michelle, I don't know if that guy's in the habit of doing that, but I would just look out for. I mean, is he the kind of guy that would be likely to kind of reach out to you when he shouldn't be? You know, because you just never know if someone's down and they're drunk and stuff. Like, you know, I'm just kind of getting that vibe because it's boom, boom. You know, I want you in my room to spend the night together. Like, if he's in that kind of toxic trap situation, most likely still caring about you, but we want to make sure that you're keeping yourself safe, especially because she sounds like a particular. She like, never mind. You're saying psychic. This woman sounds a bit psycho. I wouldn't be surprised if I used my cards with Psycho on it and Psycho came out. That's how, you know, I felt it when I done that live and I'm feeling it again now. Um, I don't know. The 80 Wands with that song, it is kind of giving me someone might unexpectedly show up. So I just would pray that somebody's showing up doing right by you, but I don't know if it sounds like nothing's changed there. I quantum jump towards my goals as I flow with the divine current of the universe. Here's the retrograde meaning, but you did get it upright. There is a delay, possibly even regarding travel plans, holding you back instead of propelling you forward. But that's not what's happening because you got it upright. Instead of focusing on how frustrating that is, shift your attention to how you can work around these challenges and move forward. Yeah, but again, I am sort of sorry, my nose is really itchy. I do sort of feel that might be a bit of a heads up that somebody, because it's a retrograde too, and it brings back, especially because you're saying we had a very passionate relationship. Yeah, it brings back exes. And if he's an unhappy ex and it's Mercury retrograde and it's in Cancer, which is about feelings, repressed feelings, actually, the past, he could be really reminiscing about you. Yes. Oh my God. And look, you said that. I think that was even before I sort of said, yes, I think he's going to show up. Every psychic tells me the other woman is very dark. Yeah, she is. I can feel it. Like, I felt like that's how I remembered you because it came like they told me basically. I saw you, I was like, I remember your name, and then I remembered it was a, you know, because it's not always that dark. To be honest, because I'm Scorpio rising conjunct with Pluto, I do pick. That's what people need to understand. I do pick up on the darkest twin flame. Again, I don't like it either, but I've just accepted it. It is because my North Node is in Gemini in the eighth house, so I'm meant to be a messenger that's shedding light on the really dark shit. So this isn't happening to everyone in the twin flame journey, but it is going on. Yes, he was drunk. Oh, has this already happened? Has he already done this? Has he already showed up on your door, like your doorstep? And he told me he missed me. Like, was this a again? We don't mean to pry, but we've done it now. So, but like, was I'm just interested because it's like I read the past, present, and future. So I went to see the other woman. And went, oh my god, this is, Michelle, this is getting a fucking hell. This is like grab the popcorn. We're just here for the tea. This is getting a bit dramatic. Um, went to see the. God, this is I'm getting stressed for you. So what? Like, so we, I, I've got so many questions. So he, oh my God, now it's ooh ah, just a little bit, ooh ah, a little bit more. I think we get it. I think they're picking up on the passion, the passionate energy here. Um, Actually, because that is the arrows of love as well. Um, so was it a text, was it a call, or did he turn up at your door? And what did you do? You don't need to tell us everything you've done. I think the songs might be telling us. But how soon after that did you go to tell her? God, this is better than an episode of Love Island. We're 5 minutes into it. No, not right. Okay, so he didn't turn up. He just messaged, right? So he drunk. He didn't drunk dial. He drunk messaged. Was it a passing? Was it a message? So the message was just saying that he missed you, and probably some other stuff that we don't need to. Um, it's quite sad though. Was that recently, or she said he's a nasty, which he never was with me. She said he's a nasty drunk, which he never ever was to me. Not. Interesting. Well, the thing is, if she's controlling and they're not happy, she is going to get a different version of him. Hopefully, it's not, maybe that's their business. But, oh, it was an email. Oh, God, right. So was it quite long? A Dear John email. Didn't answer it until the next morning. Oh, intense. I can feel the intensity of it. Right. Well, I'm giving you my prayers for that situation because it feels difficult. But I'm sure you already know this, but because the moon is conjunct Saturn, and because this is what I'm here to help you with, I mean, you deserve better than to be caught up in all that kind of shit. I mean, this is quite a gentle, this 5 of Wands card's quite funny because it's like a guy shouting up, like, actually, look, that makes sense now because, you are that guy, right? Like, fucking beam me up, Scotty. I could do without this drama. I could do without this shit. You know what I mean? Like you deserve the arrows of love shooting at you metaphorically when things are not chaotic and dramatic and well when it's allowed to happen when it's meant to be if he is even the one you're meant to be with. Hello to me, how are you doing? Hey, I thought you were a moderator. Am I seeing the future? Oh, thank you very much for that. Would you like a wee message? A minute. Or maybe I'm getting mixed up with a see, what is this? Yeah, getting mixed up with the membership thing. There you go. I have knighted you to me. So, so I went to see what was. You're funny. I went to see what was going on, and she told me to have him back. Oh my god, this really is like I don't mind missing Love Island right now. This is a bit dramatic. Um, yes, I didn't see him as I wanted him to fight for me. Ugh, yeah, I know, but good luck with that. You know what I mean? That's. I think that's I don't know. I think maybe the old fighting for you because they love you kind of thing. I think that might just be something a lot of us have expected because of the films. It's not quite like that for a lot of us in life, is it? Maybe it is for some people, you know. But yeah, from what I pick up on again and again and again, it's usually someone wants to, but they're too scared to. So they're just going to let you go, and they have nightmares about when you finally move on, and then that's when they realize, oh my god, I let this person move on. Why did I settle for somewhere I wasn't unhappy? And what I mean, it's just like so fucking boring. And I mean, like yawn, do you know what I mean? And I think I've always had that kind of opinion too. And again, I'm the most patient person ever, but I am kind of like this shit is also boring. Whether it's me channeling it or me occasionally clicking on someone's video and it's like, oh my god, they're getting the same fucking shit that I'm picking up on. It's just like you know what I mean? Like we're gonna die one day, and I literally just got a reminder that that can happen. You know, it's like, and I didn't need a reminder, but I mean, it's made it even more of a reality. And it's just kind of like, do you really want to live your life that afraid for the rest of your life, and then be one of those people that's like, oh, I wish I'd done something, like be like an old man or an old woman, like wishing you'd done. No, please just get over that fear, or book a session with somebody that will help. I'll help you get over that fear, whoever you are, whether you're a man, woman, whatever. Like, life is too fucking short. I know it's cheesy, but it's true. And it's just boring the fucking pits off of me now, all of this, really. Sorry, just that felt quite good to get all that out though. But yeah, oh yeah, first time I've ever been a moderator. How exciting! I feel like a princess and very honoured. Thank you. You're very welcome. Yes, no, it's people that I have had a few sessions with and that I trust to help me keep an eye on things. So yeah, that's why I thought you were one already. So I think he's too scared to leave her. Yeah. I told him to get away from her. Yeah, I've not spoken. Yeah, the thing is, Michelle, that's what I mean. It's like, he needs to grow a back. But yeah, you can't do anything about that. If he's going, if he's too scared to leave her, if he's not going, he's going to, what I mean, he's going to do what he's going to do. You just have to, whether that's like, so it just so happens that this is your past love interest. That it sounds like, you've still got feelings towards. He's going to do what he's going to do. What you need to do, as twin flame or not, is you need to value yourself and know that you deserve more than a drunk text or call, or even showing up at the door, or like a drunk email now and again of somebody telling you how much they miss you, but they're scared to leave what they're in. Like, you deserve more than that. So hopefully, if that is your twin flame, he stays away until he sorts his shit out and gets out of that, and then he's just got to hope that you're still there. But I think I said this to you before. I hope that isn't your twin flame, because that's just like a load of bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like, but only you're gonna know. You know what I mean? Only you're gonna know who that is to you. But don't don't think that he's going to change because you're telling him that he'll already know all of this stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not gonna, whether it's a twin flame or not, the only way someone's going to change is if they decide they want to change. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be by you point out to them. I know you know all of this. Sorry, the tough love's coming in with Moon conjunct Saturn, and again, I'm getting a lot of it. It's hitting my planet of love right now. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's just some um good. You keep in that energy, keep valuing yourself, and keep focused on your own stuff that makes you happy, and pouring into you. And yeah, only let him back into your life if he's sorted his shit out, basically. Would be my input, but obviously you're going to do what you're going to do. Because when it's true twin flames anyway, they only change when you completely let go and be like, right, well, this person is nowhere to be seen, and I've got to take personal responsibility for my own life and my own happiness, and make plans for my own life. Like, this person isn't here. But you can still, at the same time as doing that and taking action towards that, you can still hold the vision and have faith in the love that you've got and the connection. And again, if you're true twin flames, you would feel that strong telepathy between the two of you anyway. Um, and yeah, a lot of it is about having faith, which is why this pillow that's like, no wonder it's like falling down, is behind me. But yeah, a lot of it is about, you really do have to love yourself more than the situation and let it go. And they will feel it. But you've got to mean it. Yes, fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. So it's all about the matters of the heart. Oh my God, Sex on the Beach is on now too. You know what I mean? I can feel it. There's a lot of emotion there. Look, it's just interesting. Look, I just pulled the heart chakra card, and you said I just miss him as we were happy before he lost his job. Yeah, I mean, that is really sad if he's, losing a job is terrible, but I'm sure that if you cared about him that much, you could have, you know what I mean? You could have supported each other until, it's just a job until he found another job. So it's a bit of a shame if he's only got into something really toxic because he was feeling, because again, it's easier said than done, but when men especially lose a job, when men are, never mind losing a job, when men aren't making the amount of money they want to make, they equate that with their self-worth, which is so wrong. And like I said, you could die on that hill trying to feel good about yourself. You're never going to feel good. Newsflash, sorry, here's a reality check. You're never going to feel good about yourself if you're trying to feel good about yourself by having a certain amount of money or a certain amount of stuff. You're never going to feel good about yourself. Look about the millionaires and billionaires that you can tell they're deeply unhappy. The only way you can reach that inner sense of abundance is, in my opinion, is through healing and specifically therapy, which is what I am as well. So if you're new around here, I'm not just, I know I make it look fun, like pulling a few cards about and chucking them about. So I do that too, but I am a hypnotherapist and for coaching and counselling and all this kind of other stuff. As amazing as cards are, I don't yet. So you've told me the story with the cards. What, like, I want to also help people about what can you do about it now? Like, help you work out something that you can do about the problem, kind of thing. Find out the answer for yourself, and that's why I'm saying that. It's like that guy's only going to change when he decides he's fed up with his own life to do something about it. And it's not going to be money. It's really he needs therapy, to feel better within himself. Because at the end of it, it's just a job, love. If you're with the right person, somebody wouldn't be judging you by how much money you've got. They would be like, oh my God, what can I do to help you feel better right now? So you can get yourself in a position where you're ready to tackle the things you need to tackle to get work again, or, what I mean, blah, 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 whatever problems are coming your way. I've what's that going? So he lost his job and you've retrained since he left. Were you working, were you at the same job or something? I've got on with life with it. Yeah, I can feel that. Oh, I do feel your sadness. It's like, I know I can feel it. I got on with life with a heavy heart. I did. I was supporting him. He left me oh, see, that's what he felt guilty. He left me telling me to go meet someone who can provide for me. Oh, that is sad. Oh, right. Oh, interesting. Oh, but I don't think we got on that conversation before. Oh, so you're a counsellor too. You're studying a psychology degree. Oh, but you see, that's the thing, Michelle, as well. Us counsellor type people, you know what I mean? We just want to dive deep, and especially because you're, my God, psychology as well. That is something I would have loved to have done, but I just, yeah, I don't think I could have stuck with it, to be honest. But I'm very much, I do love things to do with psychology and everything because I've got so much Scorpio in my chart. But it's like you're going to be able to see those deeper. Well, and again, it's only what you can, I mean, there'll be basically what I'm trying to get is there'll be much deeper issues going on that you wouldn't possibly be able to delve into. But that's actually quite sad. That feels like that guy let you go and settled for far less. And well, she sounds like extremely toxic. Um, and they both don't seem very happy if they're still together, or they weren't when they were. And that's quite sad because you love them and you would have supported them, and you feel like you can't be with anyone because you love them. Oh, God, guys, today's a day where I haven't cried. I mean, this is like I need to get off here. I'm just sorry. It is sad. I'm also a carer now too. Oh. Well, a good thing that's come out of this, me being a Sagittarius moon, is you're clearly pouring all that love that you've got in general, but the love that you've got for him into these healing modalities, which again, that's probably why I've attracted you into my reality, because I am actually doing the same thing, haven't I? Like, let's be real, because that's what Saturn likes. I am pouring all the unconditional love that I have as a soul, but also for my twin flame into my healing work. It's just I'm a little sad bored of it, if I'm being honest. It's quite repetitive, and yeah. But with that being said, I am going to be one of these people that's like having a pure meltdown saying that this isn't real and everything, because I mean, it is real. I mean, I think a lot of us wish it wasn't real, but it is real. Do you know what I mean? Just saying. It's because that happens in Mercury retrograde. You know what I mean? It's yeah, all of that will be going on. Sorry, it's all made me really upset. You don't need to be sorry. I'm just feeling your pain. It is upsetting. I mean, cancer season we can blame for that anyway. Cancer season is depression, and I said the word depressed a lot. And the reading I done earlier, right, that currently I can see it's only got 7 views. I'm going to pray that if he is your true twin flame, I hope that he's having some kind of galactic activations at this time to realize that he's good enough as he is, and whatever it is that he needs healing with, like to go and get, whether it's like, put it this way, if he needs a lot of healing and he's nowhere near started it and he's no away from that toxic bird, then we're putting it out there, the prayers that he first of all gets away from her, because it doesn't sound like he's any good for her or she's any good for him. So let's just put that out for the two of them. And that he's going and seeks a therapist, right? More than anything. And or healers or whatever he's into, like that he finds his own way. And then he, comes to you when he's a wee bit more with it. But really just for, well, quite frankly, for your own safety, because, she's already proved herself to be a bit, not so great. That but yeah, no, I hope that like I said, if he is really your person, your twin flame, that I hope that all that happens. But if he's not your twin flame and he's just some guy that you've obviously fallen in love with and he's fallen in love with you, I just pray that he gets the healing he needs and that you meet somebody that is worthy of you and going to value you and treat you right. He told me he knows I love him. Yeah, I don't think there's any dispute in that. I can feel you love him too. There's a lot of, but the problem is, it's especially whether it comes to twin. Oh my god, that's interesting. A song has just come on called 4 a.m. by Scooter. So, I mean, I know you said this has already happened, but I mean, I'm like, it's like we've got it's like we've just been given a tip. If this guy's already sent a drunk email, is that not likely that he could does he know where you live? I don't know. I don't know. Like again, I'm feeling you're gonna get like a drunk text or call or just a pop up. Oh, you're UK, aren't you? I'm like, all the Americans are like a pop up visit, but I don't know. It's like because that's weird that song's called 4 a.m. I mean, do you watch Love Island? I'll tell we'll see where even if you don't, you'll see where I'm going with this hopefully. But it's kind of like right now, this happens every year, right? Where the guy has like completely and utterly self sabotaged because it's like he's clearly, I mean, remember they are all young, but he's clearly thought like, wow, she's hot, she's nice, and that girl's a nurse actually. So again, it does sort of it's predictable that she's quite a caring, nice person. I mean, I worked in the hospital. Not all nurses are nice people. Some of them are bitches. Possibly the majority of well, I don't know why. I was going to say the majority of them are nice, not always. So we can't always assume. But you know what I'm saying. Generally speaking, she seems like a nice nurse, a caring profession, right? And it's like you can tell the guy's thought like this is too good to be true. Like she's not who she says she is, and so like long story short, he's done what a lot of guys do. The minute I'm just trying to think, somebody else caught his attention that was already in the villa, and then he was basically trying it on with her right in front of this poor girl's face, right? And I mean, it was all quite new, and it's like they all have that bullshit about we're open, like whatever. Um, but and anyway, I've got my own opinions on that, right? It's like I think they can be far too serious on Love Island because I couldn't think of anything worse than putting myself on a program like that. I'm far too sensitive. It would be hell on earth, and it always hilariously seems to be going on during a Mercury retrograde. So trust me, whoever thinks they like such and such right now is going to fucking change their mind when Mercury goes direct again, which is actually after the show ends, which I always find really funny. And if this happens, the same thing I'm pretty sure when it was the final last year, it was an Aquarius moon. It might have even been Aquarius full moon, like expect unexpected, right? So I'm going somewhere with this, right? But basically, what I'm saying is that guy on Love Island completely fucked himself over because he went for the other girl. Actually, he went for she's fake. That girl is like again, she's pretty stunning, seems like a nice person. She's not so nice because she's been talking behind people's back and covering up her bitchiness with a smile and I'm just a really nice person. It's like you're not really fooling me in. And then people saw a little bit of it. They didn't see as much as I would have liked them to see how, I think she's quite sneaky, really. And she also leads men on. Like it did say, she actually said, was it she said herself? I think she said herself, I lead men on a bit. And I would agree with that from what I've watched. I think that girl, I'm just being a bit harsh right now, but that girl needs therapy. Like that Mika girl needs therapy because she's very pretty, nice enough, but like I said, her morals are a bit kind of all over the place. Um, whilst making out like she has got them, is what it looks like to me. I wouldn't want her as a friend. She would fuck you over in a minute. If she decided she fancied your man, she'd go after him, 100%. But she looks like she wouldn't. That's the bad thing. But she would. And she also's got too much to say. When the guys come back, when they bring someone back, like some of those girls, like they're like, that's bit. It's like it's too serious. It's like yeah, it's not so great for the person if they're coming, but it is a wee bit too serious. You know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, you've all put yourself on this fucking program. So I think some of them get a bit too serious. But sometimes it is quite brutal. I think even sometimes when they haven't made themselves official, it is kind of like unspoken that was pretty shit. You were acting like a couple. And I think with this couple I'm talking about, they were acting like they were to get, they were spending all their time together. And after he learned his wee lesson with that girl, it seemed like they were totally in love. And then he's went to that villa place. And oh my God, they was like fucking, the other woman the other woman is wrinkly. What, is she older than you? I mean, Michelle, I'm not being funny, but you can't hold that against her. I'm fucking, my wrinkles are really bothering me right now, so that's triggering me. I'm only joking, I'm kind of not joking. But, like, no, all jokes aside, right, like, I'm just wondering what you mean. Is she older than you? Like, that's too funny. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, it was like a dug in heat, is what I would say. The minute he got into that next place, it's like he was onto one that, quite frankly, I'm sorry, beauty's an eye beholder. They always put hot people in Love Island, but apart from that girl's body, I wasn't really seeing where the attraction was. Like, what I mean? I was like, why is he went about all the people he could have went for? Why is he went for her? And also, she was really annoying, and she was quite like controlling right away. And it's like, listen, hen, you're there for 2 minutes, and you weren't even picked, and you're fucking out again. Why were you acting like that, controlling them? Like, no wonder he never picked you. Do you know what I mean? But this is what I mean. But a lot of girls, regardless of their age, are that controlling, and it just baffles me how these are a lot of the women that get picked. Like, it just shows you how unhealed a lot of men are that they pick women that are that controlling. Really, that's what you want. You want somebody that's just going to be that controlling over every part of your life, and you have to kind of either, dance to the beat of their drum, or if you're not going to do that, you think you're getting one over on them because you're sneaking behind their back. Like, it just seems like a lot of extra effort when you could just actually, you know, find somebody that is, going to be genuine to you, you're going to be genuine to them and have fun and not have all the drama. Like, it is possible, but I just think a lot of people just don't, I don't know, they're stuck in the program and stuck in the matrix. But yeah, anyway, the point of me mentioning that guy is, yeah, so he went after a girl that, like I said, I don't really get why he went after her, but whatever. And then, like I said, the dug in heat. He was, oh, another girl. And then he then jumped from her, and they were only there for 2 nights or something. And then he went with this other girl, who she actually is really hot. But again, it doesn't really matter, right? Everyone's attracted to different things. But she was like a really, that girl seemed really nice, and she's really hot. But this is what I always say every year about Love Island. It actually doesn't matter how hot the newer person is, or how younger, older, whatever. If a connection's already been formed, and I mean like a real connection, the guy's actually always going to pick the one that the real connection was formed with, if they don't let their fear override it. And it's funny because some years that you see the guy push through their fear and they go for the one they want, and they might upset, their pal that was getting to know them or something, and it's, but it all works out, and they do it. And then some years I've watched it where they don't. Like, remember that year I was getting all worked up about? That was either last year or the year before, when the guy stayed with, I called her red flag girl, and I think he's still with her. This is what I mean. Like, she was, again, thick, thin, blonde, kind of gorgeous, but again, total bitch, but making out she was a nice girl. And then the other one that came in that's equally good, like very good looking, but she's got dark hair, and she was just trying to get to know him. And the other girl was being very controlling and toxic. She was telling him to shut the fuck up and everything. And who did he choose? You could tell he wanted to choose the one with the dark hair, but he chose the one that was telling him to shut the fuck up, and he's still with her. That was either last year or a couple of years ago. That's what I'm saying. That is a brutal Saturn message that men subconsciously are actually quite drawn to the toxic, controlling women. So if you're not a toxic, controlling woman, be proud of that and keep being who you are and keep being loving and caring. But obviously, don't allow men like that to take advantage of that. Keep them way off your radar. If that's the kind of woman they want to be, then you leave them to that. And you know what I mean? Either be yourself if that's what you do want to do, or attract someone that's not going to treat you like that. But boom brought the mic. That just wanted to pour out. But yeah, so the point of getting it is a good thing. That guy has now woke up and realised again, after fooling around with two girls, you know what I mean? Like basically the other one that he chose was, how crazy is this? She actually said to him after she was being really brutal. He did deserve it, but actually I was starting to feel really sorry for him because she was almost treating him like not a person. I thought that's not nice. I know he's fucked up, but I don't like when she was like, "Don't even touch me, don't talk to me." I didn't like that. I thought that's not nice because it's obviously some kind of unhealed thing in him that's making him self sabotage. But anyway, long story short, she said to him last night, like, I can see that you're in love with her, like the original one. You know what I mean? And like, I'm gonna catch up with his comments in a minute. Yeah, we know you're not toxic, but it's kind of like she, the one that he picked that he took into the villa is like, you're clearly in love with her. You know what I mean? And like, I don't think he's denying that, but isn't it interesting that he really liked her from the start, and he even said to the other, he was crying last night. That was really touching. Like he was crying with the other guy, and you could tell it was genuine. But he's like fucked it up so badly. Like people are calling him like the Lion King and stuff because he's called Simba, and he has been lying and kind of making out like he. But that's the thing. He's not lying about his feelings for that girl. But it's like how embarrassing, like for her family and her friends. And I mean, fuck's sake, it's embarrassing anyway if someone treats you like shit. But they're on fucking national TV in front of millions of people. Do you know what I mean? Like good luck making it up to her. But the thing is, it's like she is going to take him back. I want her to take him back. But I do feel sorry for her because it's like people will be calling her a mug and that. So she might not. She might not because her pride might. Nah, there's no way. She's definitely going to take him back. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that guy learns that lesson. I think so. I think it was genuine. He was obviously feeling the sun square Saturn last night, but because it would have been the night before, wouldn't it? Like he was feeling that energy building. I haven't looked at what a star sign actually. That would be quite interesting. But yeah, that's really the point is that he's self sabotage, and that's quite funny because just at the weekend there, I watched My Best Friend's Girl with one of my best pals that was up, and I've channeled about that film loads before because it's like I said, it's just really hilarious. It's got really dirty sense of humor, so if you don't like that, don't watch it. But I find it hilarious. But that's all about somebody that's self sabotaging. Like his job is literally to ruin, to go on a bad date with someone to make them run back to their ex. Like the ex is paying them to give a bad date, right? And then he meets this girl and he falls in love, and he can't do that anymore. Like he can't be that kind of player and kind of not being avoidant. But then, although it's a comedy, you see why he's like that, and it's because his dad is a silly player and giving him really bad advice. And then eventually, spoiler alert, the dad says like, because at one point the dad's like, you're just like me, you're never going to change, kind of thing. He says something worse than that. I can't remember what it is. Ah, that's what he says. He says, I had to look at myself in the mirror and say, am I the best she's ever going to get? Right, meaning like to make the guy that'd fallen in love and Andy was changing, be like, no, and so I'll let her go, like be a martyr. And that's why it's like, oh, it's fucking boring. Like life's too short. Like that's something people's pride on that. You want to be with her, he wants to be like, just be together. Fuck what people say. Like, you know what I mean? But a lot of people don't, and they'll be like, oh, because I don't want people to think bad of me, I'll just not like do what makes you happy. It's your fucking life. Um, but um, but anyway, in that then the dad corrects himself, and after the guy's fucked it up, and that is the most hilarious part of the film. It really is. Honestly, watch it. You'll see how funny it is. Like the dad says, I was wrong. I'm like that, but you're not. And then that's when he goes to make it up there. And it's just, what I mean? It is mostly a comedy, but there is quite poignant bits in it. And like I said, the good bit about that film, it's about self sabotage and how somebody will fuck it up because they think you deserve better. But that's what I'm saying. Like, fuck off. Like, initially, yeah, oh, that's nice that you love me that much, that you don't want to hurt me. But now it's just fucking boring because I'm like stuck in limbo land where I know that you really love me and you want to be with me, and I really love you and I want to be with you, but we're just fucking sitting miserable. And one of us might be like trapped in a fucking hellhole of a relationship, or we might just be both fucking trapped and single, missing each other, wanting to be each other. Either way, this is all pretty shite, isn't it? And it's like, and surely that is not the point of life. And that's where people that I get it, people that aren't on the twin flame journey will be like, fuck that. When you're on it, you're like, yeah, you wish you could be like, fuck that and move on. You can't. Some people can, but then they regret it. I've had clients where they've tried it and they just make it worse because you can't. And that's why I said that, I do find it kind of entertaining when you see people saying, like, it's not real and I woke up to it. And it's like, okay, we'll see what they're saying in a few months. That's Mercury retrograde for you. Or the worst ones, when it's somebody's ego. They've had something bad happen to them in their life, or they've made a mistake about who their twin flame is. And no, it's not that they've made a mistake. No, it could never be that. It's that the whole twin flame journey isn't real. Every single time. I can count on two hands now how many times I've seen that happen over the past decade. Oh, hello, Heather. How are you doing? Sorry you sneaked in. I just saw you sneaking in my rant in there. But you know what I mean? Like that. Watch out for that. That's annoying. Like it's never that it's always that the whole thing is not real. And also that can be like I've watched a lot of people for a while, and I can see who are plants and who are real. And I've watched some get really, really popular, and I'm like, they're going to start changing the story because they're not real. And that's what I've saw happen over time with a few of these karmic readers, I think we would call some of these people. But again, you've got to use what was the card? The main card was discernment. You've got to use your own discernment to work out who's who and who's telling the truth. And is the twin flame journey all just made up? Is it not real? You can be the decider of that. Those of us that are true twin flames and on the path, like I said, it's my calling. I'm not just fucking doing this for fun. In fact, I'm actually being very honest about I don't find it fun just now. I don't want to be, I'm finding it really fucking boring, draining. But I try to change the theme and I can't because it's what I'm here to help you with. So you're just gonna have to listen to me moaning because cancer season's about moaning, about nice stuff too, but it's about moaning, and it's quite depressing to be honest. So I'll change my tune when it gets halfway through July and it gets into Leo season because that's my favorite, and then I'm like that Persephone goddess that I mentioned earlier. I mean, I just pop up and I'm like, oh yes, oh actually yeah, because towards the end of this month. This is the end of the Mayan New Year because the Mayan New Year is like the New Year's Eve is like the 26th and then New Year's Day is like the 27th. So I really go along with that Mayan calendar. So this is like the end of a year kind of energy. Um, anyway, wait a minute, I'm scrolling all the way back here. Right, so I was just I was in the middle of talking to Michelle and then I started talking about Love Island. So to me, I'll find these messages. So actually, while I'm reading Michelle's messages, Tani, I assume you would like a message. I think you already said yes. And Heather, if you'd like a message, just let me know as well. And anyone else that I don't think anyone else has come in. Oh, I like that. You're a goddess, Michelle. Never settle for anything less. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, do value myself. I'm very confident. I just miss him as we're already read that bit. I hate that shit. He left telling me to go meet someone. You can provide for me. I can't be with anyone else. Read all this. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's quite interesting actually, because that's really weird. Now, I'm going to assume, Michelle, you probably haven't watched the video I done earlier, eh? But I did pick up on somebody that is either, I would say somebody has either just come out of a depression, or they're about to. Depends where the person is in the timeline. But you might want to watch that one earlier because I kept using the word depressed, and then one of the cards mentioned coming out of a depression. Um, Settled for shit. Yes. He likes Love Island. Well, you see, maybe if he likes Love Island, maybe yeah, I don't know. I always think that, like, maybe I do think, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I always think that, but I think as a man, if you're really taking in what's happening to the other men or the other people, like, you know what I mean? It could make people have mindset shifts and stuff. I mean, but clearly not a lot of the men that watch it that then go on it because the song "Cry for You" is on right now, September. Is that? 'Cause I don't wanna cry for you. Is that not the one that's like "You'll never see me again"? Sorry, I think it is that. But you know what I mean? They obviously don't learn because or they do. Sometimes I watch people and I'm like, you fucking know what you're doing. You're trying to create a interesting storyline so that you've had a chaotic journey and then you win. But not everyone's that calculating. But sometimes I don't think that guy's that calculating. It did cross my mind, but I think that's real. Um, but yeah, you know what I mean? It does seem to be, I say this every year, but it does seem to be a bit of a male process on Love Island anyway. But I think we could actually sort of extend this out, that someone needs to royally fuck up, like, be with like their dream woman, um, like that guy, and then be like, nah, this isn't real. There's something wrong with it, or they're going to pick someone else over me eventually. So I'm just going to fuck it up anyway. Um, Going to see what else is out there. They go and do it, and then they find out that, like, yeah, the other girl might be really hot. They might be a really nice girl, but they're not that girl you made the connection with. And then they're like, fuck. And then, like I said, most of the time on Love Island, after a bit of groveling and making coffees and whatever the other bullshit is they do, and they're making somebody some kind. I think yesterday he made her some kind of fruit concoction. And he was like, "Sorry, I don't think I got the measurements right." That was quite funny because I didn't even hear her saying thank you. And again, I'm not being funny, but I'm quite big on manners, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like please and thank you. Do you know what I mean? Like the boy might have fucked up, but you can at least thank him for making your breakfast. I think she did say thanks. I just don't think we heard her. But it was quite funny. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? He's trying to make an effort, and um. But that's what I mean. You would humble yourself for love. You wouldn't really care how embarrassing it is in front of your pals or whoever else, or you would humble yourself to go for what you want. And that's what I think is quite nice about when you see some of these young guys doing that on Love Island, because there's some grown ass men that can't do that and that will never do that, and that will die talking about somebody and never doing anything about it. There's plenty of people out there. I pray not, but I mean that is a true story. God, sorry, Saturn's been really brutal for me tonight, but um, so I hope he learned something from Love Island. um, and I am nice and very kind. Yes, we trust that you are. I feel in the whole package. Michelle, you really are confident, but hey, own it, sister. Finding it quite funny that you're calling the other women is wrinkly and lower class. Right, Michelle, I think we're going a wee bit below the belt now. I don't think you should bring class into it because yeah, I think that's maybe a wee bit, yeah. Yeah, maybe just don't do that. But it's quite. I'm trying to be fair, but I'm kind of. I think I get what you're saying. She's rolling around with a riffraff. I mean, when you like, what do you mean? Do you think she's for the streets? Do you think she's maybe not, or not classy? We'll say not classy. That's maybe nicer than lower class. I don't know. That sounds a bit not nice. Um, I'm fucking. I'm actually decked at wrinkly though. That's hilarious. That's the first thing you'd say about her. Um, Oh my God, oh my God. So she's obviously just had too much time in the sun. Sorry, now I'm going to pee myself. She's 10 years younger than you, and you're calling her wrinkly. Fucking hell. Maybe she's just like me. When I filmed those shorts the other week there, oh my God, sorry, I'm just going to rip the piss out myself. I'd done my makeup really quickly, and this is why we need primer in life. And I was like, what the fuck, man? I was like, shit. Like I say all the time, right? I can't stand like the wrinkle. Well, it's not really the wrinkle. Well, I suppose I've got wrinkles, but one wrinkle on my forehead. I've got more, but one that's really prominent. But I'm not getting Botox right. Like, look, everyone can do what they do. I'm not getting that. Look, I nearly fucking died 2 weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I don't like any of it. I just want to be me, and I want to grow gracefully. And if that means that's what I'm getting at. I think it's very unfair because I don't spend a lot of time in the sun, but I'm very expressive and I do frown, and I'm guilty of not wearing my shades in the sun. So that's probably why that's happened. That's the only fucking reason I can work out because I'm very kind of like do that all the time and stuff. Um, but it was made worse because whatever the order I'd done my makeup and I'd done, and basically it's when it's hot like that, you shouldn't really put a lot of makeup up here. You don't need it. Whereas I'm just obviously putting it all on. But holy shit, I learned my lesson with that. I was like, I was right on there, like fucking like give them the best. So I've used a different type of makeup tonight, but it's a bit tacky. It's not like a tinted moisturizer, but it's a bit, I don't know. But you see, I can't tell in here because this makes me look flawless. Fucking zoom, blurring out all the imperfections. You know what I mean? It's and I can still look like my makeup's melting and shit like that. But trust me, like look here, you can't see anything. You can't see like even when I go up close, you can't see. Anyway, but that's just make me laugh that you said that. But yeah, usually if she's younger than you, 10 years younger, and you're saying she's wrinkly, like she spent too much time in the sun. That's what it sounds like. But like I said, some of us are just unlucky, and I've not spent a lot of time in the sun, and that's happened to me. So, no, the other women isn't attractive. Well, that's even more. That is shit. If you're the whole package and she's not even attractive, that's just a fucking slap in the face. But that that does happen though. Like that is a fucking baffling one too, isn't it? I mean, again, I think as women, I think even if someone is toxic, I think we need to stay away from. I can't go down that line, can I? I'm talking about Love Island, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's like generally speaking, I have noticed that before about men. Like they could be like really good looking, and you think, why the fuck are they like all the people they could pick? Why the hell are they going for her? Like, sorry, it's flat and minging. But we could like let's stick with famous people. Do you know what I mean? You could be like, oh my god, he's really hot. Why the fuck's he? You know what I mean? But you could extend it. But I think that's because a lot of the time people don't see themselves as they actually are. But if you think about it, that if you get really philosophical, nobody really sees anybody. Like we're all attracted to different things. Um, And also, think about somebody that's really hot, right? Like a guy or a girl, but if they're really, really arrogant. Now, I'm not talking about if you're in the phase of your life where you're attracted to really arrogant people. I've been there too. It's, you know what I mean? You're like, God, I know he's a dick, but he's hot. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've all been there with things like that. I'm probably about more than one person, if we're honest, okay? But then you're like, yeah, no, I've healed enough and that's not hot. You are good looking, but you're actually like becoming not attractive to me because your behavior is just like I like I can think of people from my past that I'm thinking of right now. You know what I mean? That it's like I would have been crazy about them, and then the minute like I woke up to how horrible I was being treated, yeah, talking about karmic partners right now, it's like it really didn't matter. Like your skin's crawling, and you can't believe you've even liked somebody that much, and all this kind of stuff. Uh, and then even with twin flames and stuff too, you can still feel that unconditional love, but they can become not, you're not attracted to them as much because they're choosing other people and they're running away from you. And like, I think it does just get to a certain point. It's quite funny because it had a 16 on that guy's football jumper, and I've been conscious of this journey 16 years and on it over 20 years. It's like it's not hot, is it? If somebody is like running the other way and you've not seen them for years and you've not heard from them, what is hot about that? It's nothing's hot about it. It is what it is, as they say on Love Island. It's way more hotter and attractive if someone was like, bashing down your door trying to tell you they love you and, you know, they want to be with you. But I mean, it's just yeah. Right. Anyway, let's crack on with this. So, Michelle, sending you love for your situation. Um, is this another guy? My ex I was with 3 years, he was a known player. Is that the same guy, or is that this guy? I'm a Libra and he's a Leo. Ah, two of the signs that like to look good. Um, I did try seeing someone else. I stopped as he wasn't my ex. Yeah, that's what I mean. See what I mean? When you try on this journey, it just doesn't. There's no point. Which I've said before. I wish I wasn't a twin flame. I really, honest. Well, I don't. I just accept that it's what it is. What it is, in that way. I hate that saying, but like, I can't. I am a twin flame. You know what I mean? I'm a twin flame shaman, and I'm here to help twin flames, and I'm on. But I say all the time, if I wasn't a twin flame, there's no. I would not be living my life the way I'm living it. I can tell you that for none. But I am. So, um, right. So, right. Sorry. Who was? I think it was Tani. You were. Yeah. Well, I hate her as she blocked the police on me. Right. I don't like the word hate, but I hear what you're saying. She does sound quite a nightmare. So, um, but yeah, it's just not good to be mean about anyone, though, Michelle. Even the darkest people in the world, because it just comes back at you. So just, I know it might be a reach, but it's better to pray that she gets the healing that she needs and stays away from you. But I hear you. You do you. But I don't condone hate. Um, but I do hear what you're saying. You're not exactly going to be best pals with her, you know. Sounds like she needs a lot of healing too. Do you know what I mean? The karmic energies usually do. That's why they've attracted each other, because they're both in karmic energy. And we've been karmic in someone's life before, but hopefully not that bad. Um, about her, she's very loud and drinks a lot and likes nights out. Yeah, she sounds really different. No, that's just like a lot of people, isn't it? So it's like, sounds like he's just went on a night out and fucking got with somebody and then kept seeing her. You know what I mean? I mean, usually if someone's loud and drinks a lot and likes night out, I mean, is that even really who they are? I mean, it might be, but it's kind of screaming, escaping your problems. I mean, maybe not. Some people are loud and they drink a lot and they just like a night out. But there can be, you know what I mean? Which one is it? If she's trying to control somebody and then has been that toxic to you, it's not. Oh, so wait a minute. What? So that was the same guy, right? What sign was he then? Oh, he's a Leo. Is he a good-looking Leo? I think I maybe asked you this before. It's not that all Leo men are good-looking, but if he's a particularly good-looking Leo man, well, they can attract a lot of trouble. Um, right, and they like attention, because Leo is about the ego. So's Aries, but it's like, because Leo energy is masculine, and if it is a man, I always think if someone's quite a good looking Leo man, they can really at times in their life be too much, like too arrogant. Usually the guys that get slapped back down to earth at some point, you know what I mean? But I ended up with a controlling hoe like that, do you know what I mean? Sorry, I just said hoe because Tini said pub, ho ho ho. Right, okay, so talking of Tini, let's pull you some cards. So, right, I was doing. So, would you like a feminine and masculine card from this deck? Oh my God, Love Island's an hour in, guys. I'll be able to ride all the adverts. How exciting! Right, so stayed on fears. Right, what have we got for Tini? So clearing all the energy of that. Yes, very handsome. I had a feeling you were going to say that. We'll just need to trust you on that one. That you're a Harry and he's a Harry, but he's stuck with a not Harry. Which isn't always the case. Like I said, a lot of karmic. I keep calling the masculines karmic. Well, I mean, that's the second time I've done that today. Yes, some of the masculines are karmic because they're staying in karmic situations. But a lot of the masculine energies, male and female, will be like in love life. They'll be with very good looking people, but people can be good looking with an ugly soul. You know what I'm saying? Right, right. So he's not. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting at. Like, I've said this so many times, but I mean, we all know this. It really does not matter how good looking or classically good looking a man or a woman is. Some of the most good looking people in the world are deeply, like you're saying, very insecure. And they will mask it by, well, actually, like what you said, his partner's like, or hopefully it's his ex partner, like, being loud, drinking, being the life and soul of the party, and it's masking what's really going on underneath. Like, um, but what's really toxic about it is, what I've seen time and time again with, like I said, men and women though. Like I've known men and women like this. Like the looks can actually get they say looks can only get you so far, but I think looks can actually get you very far because it's like, not and it's not a good thing because it's um like yeah, like for instance, like lots of good looking people can just like be fucking rolling out of a relationship and then rolling into another one, like toxic relationship after toxic relationship. Or like, you just go into a club and people don't know your story and pool and like remember I said that about when I was at the festival. Well, it must have been last year. It can't have been the year before because I didn't even make it that far. But you know what I mean? It's like maybe I was like Connor was pissing himself because he could probably. I think he was basically saying, I've fucking probably been that guy at the end of the night," or like I've seen those guys. Probably both. It's like what was I was finding depressing, but quite funny too. It was like when we were still out at like 5 in the morning because the clubs are open later in the festival. It's just like there was actually quite a few nice looking guys like that they were like cutting about on their own, like in a fucking daydream. And they were just walking past like nice looking women and that. Like I'm not talking about me by the way. I was in my own little dancing world with my friend. I mean actually some they're coming over and talking and I was just giving them the usual chat that like I'm old enough to be your mum, but at this point I might even be old enough to be your granny. Now keep it moving. You know what I mean? And I've actually been saying that for far too long, but now I've been saying it that long, it's true. But you know what I mean? It's like the point is like a lot of them were missing, like they were walking past like women that were clearly single and that they weren't seeing them because they were clearly in their own little world of pain. It looked like to me, and like that's what's a bit of a shame is me being a healer. I could feel that like these guys were like missing opportunities to like chat somebody up or even just let's face it, get a track at the end of the night because they were that fucked. Like they were just either really drunk or probably on something or both, and just kind of like it was quite sad. Like I felt all the masculine pain around me, and I thought, wow, this is why I'm not really missing going out actually, and why I only go out once a year. Twice a year if I'm pushing the boat out, but like the track record has been once a year, and that's enough. And I just dance until my feet hurt, and then I get a chippy, and you know what I mean. And that's me happy. That's quite funny because right now, flipping Phil, I want to dance with somebody is on, and those guys did not want to dance with somebody. They wanted to. I don't know. Like I said, they didn't look happy though. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's sadly a thing, which is again, I'm going to go back to people need to go to therapy. Everyone. And yes, I know not everyone can afford it, but some people can afford it and they just, I don't know, they don't believe that it's, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's most things that people are struggling with, I just don't understand because hypnotherapy can heal so much. And things like lack of confidence or insecurity, again, hypnotherapy, counseling, a mixture of both. I mean, that's why I offer these things because I get it's so frustrating seeing so many people in pain. Um, but again, you have to decide that you need that healing yourself. You can't tell people. Um, his parents don't like the other women. Well, Michelle, I'm not surprised to hear that. It doesn't sound like there was a lot. Although I hope they're not holding this stuff that you say. But no, all jokes aside, that is really sad. Did they meet you? I take it if you're. I mean, if you know. I mean, did he tell you that, or are you still in touch with him? Are you the nightmare girlfriend that's still like popping round to mum and dad's? Like, I'm only joking. I hope not. That's a wee bit. Well, it's not great, is it? Um, it's okay, Michelle. You can chat away. Right. Okay. So what have we got? Right. A feminine, divine feminine card for Denise. So we have the King of Discs, which is the King of Pentacles. So in your feminine energy, you're the guy that's got his shit together, except you're not a guy, you're a gal. And for the masculine, I don't have a big ego, uh, just 46. Oh, you're 46 and content. No, absolutely, you've earned it. You know what I mean? I hope that this is a nice glimpse into my future because 42 kind of sucks right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the worst astrology I've ever experienced in my life. And I was really looking forward to the rest of my 40s. But 40 was horrendous. 41 was pretty shit too. And 42, I don't know if I would say it's not great. I'm not going to lie, it's not great. I'm trying to, I'm trying to get through it though. And I'm going to kick the arse out of it and really enjoy the next few weeks. I think it's about 6 weeks because Chiron is in Taurus right now, which is about self worth, and we've been talking about a lot of that stuff. And valuing yourself, and we were talking about that. That's why we're talking about it because the energies influence us. But it will then go retrograde in September, and it will. So it's kind of like, excuse the bluntness of me using a car analogy, but it's like, I said to my friend the other day, it's like I've been in a car crash. I mean, I have been in a literal car crash, but it's like I've been in a car crash, right? And then it's like I've got out and I'm hobbling, and it's like I think I'm okay and I'm starting to heal, and then it's like, let's just say somebody's got in the car and they haven't noticed I'm like still there, and then they run me over again. You know what I mean? That's what I'm kind of feeling the Chiron going retrograde in Aries again, going over my sun might be like. So, I've literally got the rest of this month in August. So just as well, Leo season's my favourite because that's what these months are. And then, at some point in September, I haven't looked at the date. It's going to be Chiron retrograde. And then it's going to be the sun going into my 12th house, which I like to hide for that period of time because that always sucks as well. And then we get into Scorpio season, and that's pretty dark. And then it's always like, the build up to Christmas, and, some of that's fun, a lot of it is just dark. If it's anything like this Christmas, I really don't see how I could have a worse Christmas than this Christmas. But I don't want to want to tempt that actually. I was having numerous panic attacks wrapping my family's present, and then I actually, oh my god, but did you die? I nearly actually died walking. Remember, on Christmas Day, I actually nearly died walking down the stairs, but that was my own personal, but that was my own fault. I was wearing high heel boots, which I think I've only wore once in my life because they're really, well, they look pretty hot, but they're not comfy. Um, and I think they would be. I think not. I wore them on a hen do a few years ago, and they were comfy because it wasn't like a really wild hen do. It was just kind of going to pubs and that, and we did do a bit of dancing, but it was a lot of sitting down drinking stuff too. But I do remember falling flat in my arse in the street. In fact, I think it was forward. It was quite. I think I skinned my knees. It was quite funny. We were actually all pissing ourselves. I think I drank enough by then. I don't think it hurt till the next day, but it was quite funny. But anyway, yeah, I was wearing them, and I was carrying a trifle that I'd just made, and a big, massive case of presents because I thought it'd be fun to put the presents in the case. Basically, I was carrying too much shit, and also in my stair, it was very dramatic lighting because it was like, I mean, like the light was going on and off, so it was like a disco. So it was going dark. Yeah, I could have died. And then I worked out, right? People have already heard the story, but it's quite funny. And with this energy, we all need a laugh. Um, then, when I got down the 4 flights of stairs of hell, thinking, like, this is really stupid. I'm going to die. What am I doing? But I've got myself in this predicament now. Bear in mind, there's landings. I could have actually changed things around or, left some of the stuff and took the shoes off at least. No, I still kept going. Right? That's Saturn and Scorpio for you. It was only when I got to the very last step as I was leaving, I thought, actually, I'm going to put my trainers on that were in my bag the whole time. have got some exercise that day. Do you mean, bear in mind, I'd been crying all day and had a panic attack and I had to phone the hospital in the early hours of the morning because I had extreme back pain that had been going on for hours. Yeah, wasn't a good Christmas. That was a Pisces moon Christmas for you. And people ask me why I don't like Pisces moon. That's why. Everyone I spoke to about their Christmas last year had some kind of story. I haven't heard one as bad as mine, but I didn't really meet anyone that had a very nice Christmas. In fact, a lot of people wanted to be themselves last Christmas, and Pisces is about wanting to be alone. But anyway, it was depressing. Um, yeah. So anyway, let's get to the second card. um, no, his mum contacted me. Oh my god. Right. Oh my god, look how I was talking. There we go, Denise. Sorry, is that more like Ten of Swords? Are you feeling a bit like that? I hope not. It is in reverse. So in your masculine energy, your action taking, your boundary setting, your decision making, you either could have put some kind of painful ending behind you, or something's come to an end, or you're really going through it and it's doubling down. So hopefully it's not the latter. But let's read. So King of Discs was your feminine card, which is the King of Pentacles. We're nearly at it. By the way, if the mic dies, just put loads of mic emojis, or because it's probably. how, how could you hear me? Because I just looked down and the mic was off. Did I literally just feel that the mic had died when it died? Because none of you have said that you couldn't hear me, but you could. That's so weird. I just had a I just had a feeling and looked down and the light wasn't on in the mic, which means it's off. So you mustn't be able to hear me. But I might have literally just looked down as it died. That is so weird. Oh yeah. So I had fuck. Oh my God, I tell you, I know I creep some people out with how in tune I am, but that just creeped me out. I literally I'm gonna watch that back on the replay. Like I literally just felt that. That is so weird because none of you, like, I'm only just seeing you say it now. That's creepy, isn't it? Because I can't see you know what I mean? I wasn't aware of the. Whoa, weird. That's weird. That's intuition, though. Remember, someone's card earlier was about Becca's card was trusting your intuition. Something just, I don't know what, I just had a feeling the mic had died. So, Heather, that's so funny. Everyone always says that. I mean, it is a good laptop, so. I mean, it's older now, but I've looked after it, so I know I am a bit freaky in that way. But it's handy though, isn't it? I mean, and like I said, all jokes aside, that saved my life because if you haven't heard that story, I'm not tell. Don't worry, people are like, "Oh no, she's gonna." I'm not gonna tell the whole story, but the long and short of it was right before we crashed the car, like I did say to my mum. There's something wrong with the left phalange. Well, no, I didn't say that. That would be appropriate. But it was a bit like that. I was like, I can smell burning. She was like, yeah, it's not us. It's outside. I was like, no, I think it's the car. And I kept saying it, and in an annoying way. But that's when being annoying and being psychic's quite fucking handy, actually. And anyway, I don't call it being psychic. That's not strong enough. It's God telling me things. Like that was God telling me the mic's died. Like that's what I would say. Um, and yeah, it's because my mum, when uh, when it had all settled down and we got home and we were having the barbecue in the garden, you know, in shock. Um, I actually took that's quite funny. I took a selfie. I was like, let's take a selfie to remember the day we almost died. But um, yeah, she did say to me, thank you for saving my life. And my mum's quite proud, like not everyone's always like good at it, but she was like, thank you for saving my life. And I was like, thank you for saving mine. You know what I mean? It was quite a nice moment.
Because it did, you know what I mean? And because not everybody, including my family, not everyone always listens to me when I get a feeling about something. And like I've said before, there's probably more than quite a few people that have literally saw me map out something and the way it's going to happen. Not just about love, it could be about anything. And then it happens and they didn't take heed of the warning, you know what I mean? That's what a prophet is. Prophet, prophetess, psychic, whatever you want to call it, you know, seer. We're here to be fucking delivering the messages from God to help you not get yourself in a mess. But some people need to get in a mess because it's in their soul's contract. Don't beat yourself up, just learn from it. Sorry, that's Saturn talking again. Right, so the King of Discs of the Arcturian, me included, you know, I get myself in some fucking situations too. So you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm hoping that you know the rest of 42 isn't hell on earth like it looks like from astrology. I can maybe beat the astrology, although yeah, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Or maybe there'll just be some other nice stuff that happens in amongst the shitty stuff, you know. But we could always hope. We could always hope. Um, the King of Discs of the Arcturian starship is the richest commander of the entire galactic Earth Council, with help from his queen, of course. Right now, you're tapping into the frequency of material wealth and financial prosperity. Your star gifts allow you to manifest more easily, and others see you as a successful leader. And you have got those qualities to me, haven't you? Because that's why you kept getting, you know, better positions in your work and stuff. Like you are a natural leader because you're an Aries, and then I remember you've got strong Capricorn placements. Um, Someone that you now this might not resonate because I pulled it up right, but this is the retrograde message. And although I didn't pull it reversed, we are in the retrograde. So someone that you're dealing with is hyper focused on money or and only on money. This may be impacting your relationship with them. Check in and see how you can best work with them while still staying grounded in your goals. You've successfully channeled the ability to master the material realm and create abundance for yourself and others. Now's the time to use this power to create a world that is in alignment with your highest and best good for all beings on the planet and the galaxy at large. What can you do to contribute to the collective? Share your star gifts with others and help them to rise up and shine their light brightly. Rise up, we're going higher. A dance song. Um, Shine their light brightly, just as you do. I have mastery of the physical realm, and I use my star gifts to create a world that is in alignment with the highest and best good of all. Oh, that is an amazing message. Very similar things to what I've channeled to you in personal messages. Right, Ten of Swords in reverse, which isn't the best. I mean, it depends which sort of. It depends which way this book sort of describes it. Like I said, it could be that things were like doubling down as not being so great, or it could be that, you know, the worst is over. So you did get it reversed, right? So this lovely lady is looking like she's had enough. I mean, Christ, that's me right now. Could it get any worse? Um, you're going through a massive identity shift, but you're fighting the ending because you don't feel ready to move on. Instead of God, that really is me. Instead of dragging out the process, get this over with now, so that you can quantum leap forward. Which what do I help people do? Quantum leap to their highest timeline. So I need to do that for. Actually, but to be honest, that is how I'm here. I quantum leaped to my highest timeline when we done the challenge, got rid of the membership and taken a bit of time off, and I'm still trying to find myself, you know what I mean? Trust it, but I don't regret doing that. It was the right thing to do. And thank you, because actually, I've had some people say recently that they would have kept paying and let me take the time off and, you know, happily supported me. And that really does mean the world to me. Thank you. And I know a lot of you would have done that, but I don't think that would have been fair because I would have got rid of it when I came back anyway. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want, but you know what I mean? I'm just sort of saying, I appreciate that. Um, Trust that everything is happening for a reason, and soon you'll be grateful for this experience. Yeah, so take that on board. Did I read that first? So that I don't know if you resonate with that, but that is how I pulled the card, right, in reverse, right? So this is the if the card was upright. If you've received the Ten of Swords, then it's a warning that someone around you is being deceitful and could stab you in the back. Ooh. But you didn't get it that way, but always good to just sort of take it on board. The good news is that this is the end of the situation or relationship with this person. You can move on now and start fresh. It might feel painful, just like having swords in your back, but will not last forever. Know that you're in the process of moving into a new and better life, and you can always call on your Star Guides team for support and healing, like the Starseed in this card. But like I said, I hope you don't resonate with that because you got it. The one about going through a massive identity shift, and you might feel like you're not ready to step forward, but you are. Trust that everything happens for a reason. So the situation you're clinging to out of fear is causing you more pain than if you would just accept the truth and let go. You see, this is where a lot of divine masculine male and females are. You know that something is over and it's time for the next part of your journey, but you might just be scared to see what is, on the other side of the dark tunnel. Like, it's kind of like, Into the Unknown, that song. I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble. You know what I mean? It's more the bit when she's like, and she's like, and I'm blocking out your call. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, where are you? I'm going to follow you. And it's her own soul calling her. But really, with twin flames, it's like your twin flame, like, and your twin flame's like, shut up, I can hear you, but I don't want to come and be with you. You scare me. You trigger all my wounds. I want to get drunk and party and pretend you don't exist. And then it's quite funny though, isn't it? Sorry. I think we've all been there. Whether you're the masculine, the feminine, woman or man, you've probably all been there. And then you get to the point where you're like, right, this isn't working. And even when I sober up and I have little daydreamy moments, my heart keeps going back to that person. I really want them. And it doesn't matter how hot this person is. I've even tried to have a little bit of time with this hot person. I want the other one. Like I'm saying, it's like Love Island. It's got nothing to do with looks. Sometimes they pick a really hot Catholic girl, but all they're wanting is the original, the OG. Because they fell in love with the OG. I mean, we're using Love Island things loosely here because most of them are in a Mercury retrograde ride, and Mercury goes direct, and the winners don't even fucking stay together for like 2 seconds. Um, yeah, you need to face the celestial music. The situation you're focusing on is dead in the water. There's nothing left for you there. I mean, this feels like we're talking to Michelle's ex right now too. This is a pivotal moment in your journey where you must choose to move on, and for all we know, he might have. Unless Michelle knows that he hasn't, but we pray that he does, because it sounds like that is not a happy situation. I give myself permission to let go and move on. Well, these messages are uplifting, aren't they? Sorry, I can't do anything about that. They're not. Right, what else have we got for today? So, um, did I read all these comments? I think I did, eh? I tripped over the edge of my bed today and fell flat. Oh no, Heather, I'm sorry to hear. Oh, and Heather, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, that sounds horrible. Hope you didn't hurt anything. Um, you're freaky. That's funny. Um, hopefully the worst is over as I've had free. What? Oh my God, Tani, you just. Oh God, what the hell, man? So again, if people are watching and you don't understand this, like. Tani has already experienced so much loss. That is, oh my God, that's horrendous. Like, I mean, you don't need to tell us here if it's private, but, email me and let me know. I'm so sorry to hear that. Like, I'm wondering, was it like out of the blue kind of, I don't know, was it accidents, old age, or was it, I hope it's not people deciding they don't want to be here. Because I know that you've experienced so much loss. Yeah, I would have done that and let you have a break. Yeah, I know you two would have. And again, I really think the majority, I think all of you really would have. And I appreciate that, but I didn't want to do that because I already knew. The signs were all there, and that's not something I regret. It was time for me to bring that to a close because I just need to be in my own energy as I go through this midlife crisis. I'm like, notice I'm only joking. Don't think I'm joking. Because I mean, I'm like surely part way through my life, and I'm not in a crisis. I mean, I'm that card, you know. Like things can't really get any worse. Do you know what I mean? So you know, upwards from here. So maybe we were going through a bit of fucking shite together. Oh God. But anyway, I don't want to tempt fate. Things can get worse, can't they? Right. At least I've got a good sense of humor. That always gets me through. Right, so, oh my God, glad I don't have the swords, but I'm sure there would be swords in my back somewhere. God, there's always lovely people that want to put swords on her back, isn't there? Stay away from them where possible. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. JJ's grandmother. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She was out of the blue, and my uncle passed from cancer, and another was old, so thank God it wasn't by their own. Right, okay. So, I mean, is there ever a positive? But I'm glad that at least the two of these people at older age, you know, hopefully they had a long, happy life. And I'm sorry to hear about your uncle. Um, right. What else? Let's see if you get the 10. Oh, I was going to say, for fuck's sake, could we get a happy card? And we got the happiest card in the deck. So yeah, that does feel like after some really rough times, you know, to put it, you know, mildly, that, you know, happier times are coming. Sorry, my stomach's rumbling. No wonder. It's probably my bloody ration tea. Well, mind you, it wasn't really, because with all the things that I said I had like rice, salmon, and like I had it with like rice paper. I also had a sweet potato, like you know, and that's normally I would have that. So it was quite a lot I ate, but I need some toast or something now. But this happened. Do you know what? You know what happened last night, right? So basically, it's like I'm trying to just like you know. Well, I suppose I'm calorie counting, like I'm tracking what I eat, but that was the worst idea ever in cancer season when that's about food, right? Because all I want to do is sleep and eat. Like, I definitely couldn't fast in cancer season. Believe me, I tried. But like, I literally did. Like, I don't want to call myself stupid, but I am going to own, like, this was the height of stupidity. So, you know, just to set the scene for you, I wasn't even a week into recovering from you know, a car crash, which in itself wasn't that bad apart from the shock of it. And the shock was bad enough, but it was really just the, you know, the replaying, like, God, any, you know, a couple of minutes later, we would have been complete goners. Like, there's no disputing that is a fact. So that's the thing that really was, you know, I was healing from, still healing from. But it's kind of like, yeah, I decided to do a 7 day fast, which I didn't make it to 7 days, obviously, but I always usually do. That was my no, I think that was my sixth time attempting it. And every, so it's not bad that I've attempted it 7 times, 5 out of 7 times I've done it. The time for that I didn't manage. I got to 6.5 days. How annoying. I think it was 6 days actually, and it was because my kidney was screaming at me. So we need to listen when our body is screaming at us. But my ego was really fucked off. I was really annoyed because I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I tried to, and I was like, "No, something's not right." And I was obviously lacking in one of the electrolytes, and obviously, but you know, it's kind of, it's again, this is what I mean. Like, I'm a big advocate for fasting. It is brilliant, but you need to start and know where you're at. Like, I've been doing this for 15 years. I started off juicing, and I actually really went pretty quickly when I started fasting. You know what I mean? Like, but I've still been doing it a long time is the point. Like, but what I mean is, like 24 hours was nothing to me. I can do that, no bother. I do that by mistake sometimes. And like 40 hours, same thing. 3 days, didn't really find that very hard. Um, and then yeah, I find all the benefits are like when you do it for longer kind of thing. But it was a heat wave, so I wasn't even a week into recovering from a car crash, and it was a heat wave. And yeah, so only made it 2 days, and I was like, shit, yeah, no, this is not like this was stupid. So I stopped eating, and you know, and so now it's just annoying because I can't do another proper big fast for a while. Like it'll probably be like long after my after I go out and festival and that. That's quite pissing me off because I just wanted to. It's just annoying. But anyway, like somebody said to me the other day, well, you're still looking hot. I was like, thanks, great. Do you know what I mean? It was a woman that said it, but you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I can always make myself feel good, whatever, because I don't do it to lose weight, but it's a benefit. But I really only seem to keep the benefit for about 10 days, and then my weight springs back to what it was, which is quite annoying. So now I'm just more going down the, you know, uh, restrict, you know what I mean? Like not having as many calories, but like it must be the part of the cycle I'm in. Like I woke up at, I think it was 4 in the morning, and I was like, I need to eat. So I had some overnight oats and then went back to bed, and I don't regret it. Like I need it, you know what I mean? That's when you got to listen to your body. Um, and I just again, like you saw with the mic, I'm really in tune. Like I know, like oh, this isn't the right time to be doing it. So anyway, I'm talking about food so much. I want food, but a time of great joy and success, brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. Yeah, so I do feel there's happier times coming, and I feel that happiness might be coming about in Leo season, although Leo season for you isn't the sun, because as you're saying, it's freezing there right now, being in Australia. But because I associate Leo season with the sun, because the sun rules Leo, but also it's when the sun is out here. And again, I think the sun's going to be out in a big way here. Um, I do feel that it's, in the next sort of few weeks, the brighter times will be coming in for you. But you'll still be chilly. I can't change that. Ah, but what is this? You've got the Seven of Swords. It's in reverse, mind you. So again, you could be putting some sort of shady sort of energy behind you. Some sort of deception. That's quite interesting that the Ten of Swords is about that, and so is the Seven of Swords. In this picture, you can see the guy's running like fuck. He's I don't know what he's is he maybe stole all their swords or something, and he's off. He's like I'm out of here. A loss of peace of mind or personal freedom. Take caution and be aware of others' actions. A material loss. Make sure you're being honest with yourself. Embarrassing secret. Oh, it's that card again. Embarrassing secrets. That's what came out in the shorts for the other day. But it was in reverse. So again, I think this is putting shade. I think it's putting shady sort of situations and people behind you, and yeah, unhappy times. Enthusiastic, optimistic, creative, and patient. News of exciting opportunities, allowing your creativity to soar. Do things that fuel your passions and finish what you start. Yeah, it's a time of like more upliftment and happiness coming after what appears to have been shitty things, basically, is how I would sum that all up. Yes, I can't sort of make the message any fluffier. The messages do seem to be coming through quite harsh. Yeah, moving forward without them. Yeah, boom, drop the mic. You go, Aries sister. Um, Sorry, you're not Aries though. You are. I called you an Aries earlier, didn't I? You're Aquarius. I always call you Aries because you're Aries moon. You didn't even correct me because you probably knew that that's why I called you that. But yes, you're my Aries moon sister. You're my Aries moon and rising sister, actually. But you're an Aquarius. Right, okay. So, Heather, because you have waited so patiently, and I don't think there was anyone here. Oh, wait a minute, actually. If there is anyone here, Heather, you needed to be knighted as well. I just remembered. Um, oh, wait a minute. Shit, I've just. That's hilarious. Sorry. I just. Oh my God. Sorry. I went to knight Heather and I instead. Oh no, can I undo that? Oh shit. Did I just. That's so funny. Talk about Mercury retrograde. Ugh, what am I doing? Fuck's sake. No, oh shit. Look, I can't get that comment back. Oh, look. That's hilarious. There we go. Pressed the wrong button. I hid your comment or I don't know. I hid you or I deleted you or something. So funny. At least I didn't put you in a timeout. I might not have been able to take you out the timeout. Whoops. um, Heather, talk again so we know you're there. So that we know that whatever I done there wasn't. What did I do? I think I did press unhide. I think I hid you. And then that would mean that we wouldn't be able to see what you're saying. Fucking hell. Right. See, that's quite funny because that could be, it could kind of be Seven of Swords. That's kind of sneaky hiding things. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Right, so, um, yes, I didn't bother correcting you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you too. I have to go, but sending love. Yes, go and get some sleep. I don't know what time it is, but get some sleep whenever you sleep. I've seen what you've done. Right, okay, Heather, hopefully you're there, and I'm going to do your cards now. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sure Heather will find that quite funny too. Right, I do need a pee, so hopefully I can get through this. And I always do that. It's right. Okay, so what have we got for Heather? Ah, you're there, and you're knighted now. Great. So, right. So what have we got for Heather? For Heather's feminine energy, your intuition, your receptive energy, your feelings. Oh, we've got that card, the Temperance, which really reminds me of like Avatar or something. So again, in your feminine energy, you're quite balanced within your masculine and feminine, but we'll wait till we get the and again, that might have been because you've been getting a lot of rest, so that could have really, done all of your energy a lot of good, getting some extra rest. You did what we talked about. Yes, you did what we talked about. Yes, but before that, did you see I just pressed the wrong button and I hid you? So, which is not what I said I was going to do. So now I have. I've knighted you. You're now a spanner person. Um, so right, the masculine. Ah, so very interesting. So, in the masculine energy, you have got the two swords. So, there's either something you're not seeing right now, or something you're confused about, or you might be refusing to see something. Something that you have a lot of feelings about is on the bottom there. But let's just see. So, um, right, temperance. So, for your feminine energy, the temperance avian star being rests inside a starship's pressure equalization chamber. She must stay inside of the chamber until the timer is up in order to recalibrate the energy of the starship after traveling in space, as you do. Is there a part of your life that you've just shifted and now needs some time to balance itself out? Integration might seem like it's holding you back. See, that's what you've just went through, Heather. They wanted you to stay still and rest. See, this is coming through for so many people. This is what I've been, having to do as well. Still having to do. I've only just jumped on here to do this, and then I'm going to have to, probably won't be back for another. I don't know when the next time, I'll be honest, just when I'm guided to. But this is where the magic happens and how you can up level with more ease and speed. You're blending and alchemizing your old life into your new life after the death card. Take your time and get to a place where you feel good before you attempt another cosmic ascension. So the retrograde meaning, which you didn't get in reverse, but in case it resonates, reverse temperance is a sign that you might be overworking, overeating, and stretching beyond your physical and energetic limitations. Rest, reset, and get back into balance through moderation. The Star Guide's message: the art of ascension is the act of self mastery. In order to maintain a high vibrational state, you must cultivate inner balance. This is a time for you to focus on your own well being so that you can continue to be of service to the world. Take time now for healing and integration. Star mantra: because I spend time on self care, I am naturally harmonious and easily find balance in all areas of my life. And of course, you're a Libra, aren't you? So being a Libras always need to hear messages about putting yourself first or taking a break because Libra's a very sort of helpful, friendly sign, and in the shadow it can be about people pleasing. But I really do just feel whatever it was you were just going through recently the weekend, like I feel they wanted you to get some extra rest and really take care of yourself, and it just could have been done in a bit of a dramatic way, I feel. But I mean, it often is, like, I mean, as crazy as it is, like, I would even take it to say that, like, look, the 6 weeks or whatever that I'd had off before I was, I was always planning to come back around now anyway, but you know what I mean? Like, I was planning to come back, like, like how Charlotte was, oh, are you rested and rejuvenated? And I'm like, well, I wouldn't really call it that. And I wasn't even before that happened. I wasn't even. I was totally burnt out that day. That was kind of the fucker of it. I was actually really burnt out, and I was doing something nice with my mum, just to kind of get me out and pick my energy up. But it'll be the last fucking time I leave the house in a solstice anyway. I can tell you that for none. But um, you know, clearly I was meant to get even more rest. Like, I do believe that. I do believe everything happens for a reason, and I can see the higher reason of why that happened. So, right. I think that's what happened with my health. I'm still very exhausted. Yeah, that is what they're saying. That is why it happened. Like, for instance, like, you're having physical, you've got logical, you could explain it away with logical reasons of why you didn't feel well, but I feel this is actually to do with your ascension and the cosmic energies, the light code, the strong energies coming in, and it's shaking you up, and it's like your body couldn't really handle it and you needed more rest. You know what I mean? So it might even be things that doctors wouldn't even actually be able to explain. I've heard that shit like that happens to me all the time. So a lot of it's not funny actually. So Two of Swords, like for instance, like I'm kind of meaning like well, lots of things in my life, but what kind of springs to mind there is when I get my time of the month when I'm in absolute agony, and it's been worse the last few months there. Um, like yeah, a lot of that can't actually be explained, and I do believe it's because I'm a womb healer, and there aren't a lot of people in the world that can transmute energy at their room like I can. So it's like, maybe we'll never find the answer, but hopefully I'm not in that much pain every fucking month. But yeah, so this is for your masculine energy. Just like the two swords in this card, there are two decisions you are caught up in, and you don't know which one to choose. Oh my god, that's sorry, that is comedy. That is Libra. You both choices seem equally good, and you're stuck in the middle. There might be more information that has not yet been revealed for you to make the right decision. So that's what I said. You might not have the information you need yet. Dive in and research deeper on each option and make the decision as soon as you have all the information needed. Right, the retrograde meaning, although you didn't get it reversed. You may be experiencing an overload of information from other people, which instead of helping you make a choice, is contributing to your indecision. Instead of listening to other people, look inward and listen to your own intuition in order to make a powerful decision. I feel a lot of people need to hear that about many things in the world right now. Drown out the noise of other people and what is your own heart telling you. Too many people follow everybody else's tune, whether it's Love Island or your life or whatever, but I was already talking about all this earlier. So, the journey of your soul, your karma, and your dharma are all a result of the choices you've made, lifetime to lifetime. It's time to clear away the illusions and make a firm decision now. Ask yourself, does this choice make me feel expansive or constricted? Choose expansion and remember, not making a choice is a choice in and of itself. Oh, yeah, I love that. I always say that too. If you're staying stuck and you're not making a decision, you're making a decision. Like, for instance, like an obvious one would be because I'm a twin flame healer, when people are making a decision to not leave a karmic situation, because that's been spoken a lot about in the chat, if someone's making a decision to stay stuck where they are, and often longing after, well, Michelle in that case, like, or whatever the situations are, like you're not being indecisive. You're not making a decision. You are making a decision to put the people around you's feelings before your own, which you really want to do. And let's face it, if it's about love the other person, you're putting all those other people's feelings and your own feelings before the other person. So that's the irony about sometimes people think they're being the better person. Oh, I'm better staying away because I'd only hurt them, and they can get somebody better that's going to treat them better or be a provider. And it's like, well, actually, no, you're actually leaving that person you're saying you love's feelings last behind everybody else. Like, how that's not love. That's being a martyr. Like, that's like, and that's why it reminds me of that film, the what was it called again? The Best of Me. That's what it's called, The Best of Me. I think it's called The Best of Me. Doesn't quite sound right, but I think it is called that because I think he's saying that she was the best of him. I think that's what it's called that. But anyway, the main thing that stuck out to me in that is like she's really raging at him, and it's because she loved him and she wanted to be with him, and he thinks he's doing the right thing by basically ghosting her. It's set back in like, you know, another era, I don't know what, like 50s or something, but um yeah, and it's a good film. Like there's a whole big reason why, and you can get where the guy's coming from because he's a really lovely guy and he thinks he's doing the right thing. But you know, 20 years go by and she's fucking raging, married like, you know, some guy that's not treating her right and had a hellish life, still loving him. And then he sort of pops back up again saying that he loves her and wants to be with her. I mean, you would be pretty raging, wouldn't you? Like, I'd imagine it would be mixed feelings. But no, it is quite interesting because it's like, yeah, I liked that film, but I didn't like. There was bits of it I didn't like because it was like, you know, there's a bit where an old man's beat up and it just I don't like it. It was horrible. But you know what I mean. In fact, he gets beat up too. There's a lot of things that's really horrible to watch actually. But the main point being is he just keeps repeating, I made a mistake, I made a mistake, made a mistake. She's like, I fucking damn right you made a mistake. You know what I mean? I've had a fucking shit life without you in my life. You thought you were fucking doing me a favour. I've been nothing but fucking miserable. Do you know what I mean? And there's more, like she goes through like some really like horrendous stuff and he's not there. Like she could have done with a friend. And it's really sad. Like I said, all these fucking films are always, and then did it not end? Oh my god, yeah, and then don't watch it. Remember that I've just remembered. Don't watch that film. If you did, it is so depressing. I mean, you think one day's bad, fucking watch that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, happy ending, you get together, and then no, no, here we go. Here's another horrendous thing to happen. Do you know what I mean? Great, love it, brilliant. Thanks, Nicholas Sparks. I don't even think that is a Nicholas Sparks one, but his ones that can often be like that. Um, but yeah. So yeah, basically the point of me saying that was that I agree with that. Choose expansion. Like choose to be uncomfortable and move out of comfort zone. Otherwise, if you're not choosing that, and particularly if you're choosing to stay somewhere where you're settling for less or you're not happy, especially if you're logging after, if you already know somewhere else you want to be, that's even worse. But even if you don't know where you want to be and you just know you would be happier and more in love with fucking anyone else, someone else that, you know, then, you know, you're making a choice to to be unhappy. I trust my decisions because they come from a place of love and expansion. Ooh, strong messages. Right, okay, I am absolutely bursting on a pee, but I'm going to shuffle some more of these. So, what have we got for Heather? The star and the verse, right. Hope and healing in reverse. So I think really what this is saying is you did have a very rough 4th of July weekend there. So, you know, take care of your energy and, you know, and take time your healing. Have faith, the future is bright, dreams come true, positive changes that bring an end to challenging times, the light at the end of the tunnel. So although I pulled that in reverse, I do actually feel the words are quite relevant. But it's just you might not be as sort of hopeful as if the card was upright kind of thing. Oh yeah, I remember it was you that resonated when I quoted that film before, eh? It was a Nicholas Sparks, and I watched it after you talked about it a couple of months ago. Yeah, it is brilliant, isn't it? But it's so sad as well. But no, I just really love the bit where she's like, because she's quite a feisty woman. She's really attractive, that woman too. You know, she's in another film and she's quite sassy. Actually, she's in quite a few. She's also in that's one of my favourites, Maid of Honor. She's the main lead in that as well. And I can't remember the other one right now. I'm thinking of. Oh, the other one's not that well known. That was a good film too, though. I think it was called like Mr. Cool or something. It had a shit name, but oh wait a minute, that was. Hey, that's weird. It was just. No, it wasn't. I was going to say it was the same actors. No, it was just. Did you know what it is? That's so funny. I'm thinking it's the same actors, but it's because I think both actors are good looking. It's two different men. I'm just thinking, you know what I mean? It's James Marsden is in The Best of Me, and he is really hot in that. He's just really hot, full stop, whatever film he's in. He's in The Notebook too. He's the one she doesn't choose actually. That's why I'm always like, that is a difficult decision. Ryan Gosling and him. Like that is a tough call. But you know what I mean? But it's what's his name again? Chris somebody or something. I think it's one of the Chris someone's. I don't know. I can see his face, but I can't remember that guy's name. But anyway, like that's quite a good wee film. And that's weird because it's like she's the masculine in that film I'm thinking of, whatever it's called, because she's pushing the guy away. Like he knows he's fallen in love with her and she's pushing him away. And it's quite weird because she's engaged and she's making out like I'm getting engaged to him and that. He's like, well, why did you sleep with me last weekend? And why have we been doing all this fun stuff? And it's like, oh, what was that film called? I don't even know what to put into Google to find out what it's. It's like he's meant to be like a player, and then he meets her and he falls in love, and he's the one that's totally all loved up, and really it's like she's a bit of a player. Well, she's playing him anyway. And then he sort of, and then they both, I don't know, it's kind of complicated, um, but yeah, I like the scene in that film where she's like, I don't know, he must be saying something about being in love with her, and he's like, is there a chance that oh, that's it, is there a chance that you could learn, to love me again? And she's like, no, I can't learn to love you again. And then it's like, right as she's like leaving to go around the corner, she's like, because I never fell out of love with you. And it's like, yeah, it's fucking dramatic, do you know what I mean? But it's like, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? Fuck you, you hot guy. Because there's a really funny bit as well where she sees him after 20 years and she's like, oh, fuck. She's like, couldn't you got fat and ugly and bald or something? I mean, you're just hotter. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what I always say. Like, it's not, do you know what I mean? Generally speaking, women, yeah, sometimes women can get hotter with age, but let's face it, we do tend to like have fucking hormone fucking weight issues and our hair goes grey and we get wrinkly. So I mean that was why I was laughing at that. And it's kind of like, life happens and we age and but men, it just like some men really seem to age and get hotter. I mean, it doesn't always happen for men that way, do you know what I mean? But that's why I thought it was funny was she was like, oh yeah, you're not one of the men that like, life fucking, treats you like knocks you about a bit and you're one of the men that comes back looking hotter and it's like, yeah, that is usually, it's quite funny. Right, okay, so very emotional film, quite depressing. Yes, so it makes sense transformation comes out. So, a significant life experience that requires changes to be made, powerful and often unexpected revelations, which is absolutely the current astrology, breaking free of procrastination, yep, which is why that is brilliant after that Two Swords card. When you make no decision, you're making a decision. You're making a decision that this decision you're making is more important than whatever it is. You know what I mean? You're holding off, you're holding off, you're holding off. You're saying everything's more important than that thing that you're, because I'm guilty of that too. See if you're one of these people that you leave something in the distance and you're like, when that happens, it's going to be amazing. When that happens, it's going to be amazing. Whether it's to do with business or love or personal development. Well, what if, like I say all the time, what if you fucking walk out tomorrow and you're hit by a bus and that's your life and you held everything off because you were waiting till the day you were better? And again, I've always said that thing about you could walk out and get hit by a bus. And then it's just made even more poignant by, well, it wasn't being hit by a bus, but it was nearly going over a 600 feet glen to my death. Do you know what I mean? So it's being made even more real. Um, that it can all just be over like that. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not afraid of that. I'm not like, a lot of people would have been. That's not why I've needed time to heal. It's it's more just the fact like, fuck, well, that would have all been it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't have been moaning there, would I? It's like I would have just been like, I would have been in shock in the spirit world. But anyway, let's not talk about that anymore because that's not the way that things went and that's not the way it was meant to go. So I accept that and I'm here and I'm just doing my work, you know what I mean? But doing my work as in like, doing my work to get on with the rest of the life that I have and be as happy as I can. But my work too, in the world too, but planning for the long term, planning for the long term. But again, it puts another spin on here for a good time, not a long time. We aren't here for a long time, so stop acting like we are here for a long time because we're not. So if you're holding off on the things you really want to do for fun, for business, for success, for love, for like setting, higher goals and not just like, yeah, just not having any higher goals and aspiration and settling for where you are, then, you can choose to do that, but don't moan about it, at the end of your life or your life review and that, you know what I mean, when you just decided to stay stuck. Um, Abundance from past choices. So yeah, be the person that makes a past choice. It was the right one, and it heads. You nearly caught my lip there. It's you head for abundance, as in like more money, but more happiness, because abundance is happiness too. Pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. Mm. So yeah, it's like looking at the future, and again, the next full moon could be significant. And again, we are. I was when I filmed the video yesterday, I was like, oh yeah, the next full moon Leo. There is a full moon in Leo coming, but it's not the next one. It's the one after that. Let's let me actually. I should be remembering all this, but yeah, I think the next full moon is the one in Aquarius. If I'm looking at this right, yeah, pretty sure that one's in Aquarius. That's the one. Yeah, Aquarius. 29th of July. And then, oh yeah, I did mention that in the live earlier. And then the full moon in Pat. No, where was I getting? Maybe it's not a is it a new moon in Leo? I keep saying full moon. I think it might be a new moon. Yeah, the new moon in Leo is on the 12th of August, and that's also the heightened day of that was God, it's on the tip of my tongue. That is so annoying. I even remember the sorry if you're out there watching on replay or live. It's like, what on earth is her name? I'm almost wanting to go into my emails to. Anyway, girl who, when she first spoke on the chat, was making me piss myself laughing and really cheered me up. That's her birthday. Um, God, that's so annoying. It's complete. It's like I'm getting all these names coming in, and it's like totally escaping me. That's really annoying because I feel like she's got a name like other people that I know that name, but I really can't think. Um, yeah, and the Pisces filming eclipse. I mean, a filming in Pisces is horrendous anyway, because we all know I'm not a fan of Pisces moon. I must stress, if you are a Pisces moon, I don't mean I don't like Pisces moon people, although I have been fucked over by a lot of them, men and women. Just saying, true story. In all walks of life. I've met lovely ones too to counteract it, but I'm always a bit wary. It's just the way it matches up with my chart. It wouldn't be as a whole for everyone, but it's a Pisces full moon eclipse. Stay indoors would be my input. Definitely don't drink. That's very dangerous. A Pisces moon at any point, but yeah, again, I've given loads of stories about that, but I've heard some horrendous times in the festival, and I wish I'd taken more notice of that. Unfortunately, I didn't. Tough lessons, put it that way. Um, and yeah, but I love that. Yeah, it's really passionate, isn't it? I loved it too. She's a really good actress, Hardy. Like, cause she's really good in Maid of Honor as well. That could see that film. So I love that film. I mean, it is one of my favorites, but it's like I love it because it's so annoying as well, isn't it? Because the guy is like, "Hello, you're totally in love, and you're letting her like fucking like run off and marry this Scottish guy." It's quite funny actually. They're in America, and but it's like I love that scene in that where they kiss. You know what I mean? It's her hen doing. She's out on that bloody thing, like doing the tradition. That is a really hot kiss, isn't it? Um, but yeah, again, another example. Like, hello, fucking leaving it till last minute. Do you know what I mean? Why are they always fucking running down the aisle? I mean, it's like, and again, it's like I said, sometimes it doesn't take. That's really annoying. Like I've said before, but I'm like, I'm sorry if my fucking life takes a weird timeline shift or turn or something, like no, I'll have moved house, I'll have fucking moved country. Mine wouldn't be able to find me. Like if I choose somebody else, I'm choosing somebody else and that's it. Like so I don't foresee that happening in my future and I'm a seer. Like I said, if I wasn't a twin flame, of course I would be doing that because you shouldn't be fucking hanging around waiting on somebody, and I'm not doing that either, but I don't want anyone else. It's just a bit of a shit limbo land, isn't it? But I'm not telling anyone to do that with their life. I wouldn't advise it. But also from my own personal experience, which I'm allowed to talk from, you've got to be true to yourself. I would be fucking miserable if I forced myself to be in some kind of relationship with someone I didn't want to be. No, I'd rather be my fucking self. Oh, what a lovely cheery note to end this on. Brilliant. Delightful. Thank you. They're going to watch Love Island and they're all probably going to piss me off as well. So, but thank you. I loved that we've spent some time together. So, family. Um, yes, I've been holding off, which is why I have to follow through with going back to school. Yes, and you will, and be proud of yourself and go you. And anyone else that is, following things for their own life to, find happiness. Follow your heart and all that jazz, right? What are we going to end this on? Because I'm bursting on a pee and think I will just give in and have some toast or something. Do you know what I mean? Oh, that's interesting. Although I just sort of said, although I just said something about following your heart, I was actually hearing something more flowery than that. It was like, follow the call of your heart or something I was hearing. And then it's quite interesting because then I've just pulled heart magic. And I mean, I said that thing about the heart before I pulled that. Like, not the, I just said it a bit boring, like follow your heart or something. But like I said, I was hearing it a different way, but I wasn't really quite knowing how to say what I was hearing. I knew I was hearing something a wee bit nicer, but anyway. Create your world from your heart. It's your magic wand of the universe. Sorry, my smutty mind just always makes that sound like something else. Yes, use your magic wand for good. Quite funny. Thank you. And now you've made me hungry. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm hungry too. Shapeshifter, you have the power to change, live in the world and not be imprisoned by it. Yeah, look, there's so many messages coming out to follow your heart and not keep yourself in a prison of your own making, some of you. Because look, see when some of you choose what you really want, look what can be happening. The Dirty Dancing card, the lovers. The ocean of love is unpredictable, a bit like the astrology right now. Forgive yourself in every moment and open your heart to receive the gift of love. Well, guys, I did say that this is specific twin flame activations. And what I mean by that is it's, divine union love codes that are coming in because that is what I activate in people, as well as, abundance codes for people to follow their calling. Because we've also got, look, I know what they're saying. When you're with the person you're meant to be with, right? And you're tuning in and using your empathic abilities to tune in to where your heart is calling you to, you come into true abundance and like the best sense of it because you're with the person you're meant to be with and you're attracting money. It's not like you're chasing money because usually when you're chasing money and materialism, you usually end up with the wrong person a lot of the time or not as happy as you could be. But when you're following your heart and love, um, it's not always that you end up with money, to be honest, because sometimes I mean there's loads of films like that, but there's loads of true stories where people have turned their back on tons of money for love, but then they live a happy life. In fact, a film that's like that's one of my other favorites, but that where the crawdads sing, it's quite dark a lot of it, but that is beautiful because it's like I don't know about, I mean, it's meant to be, that again, that is meant to be set in an era, I don't know, again, I don't think that's meant to be, I know I keep saying 50s, but I think that might even be meant to be 30s or 40s or something. But, he runs away and leaves her to follow whatever he's training to be in. I don't know what it is. Oh, low battery. That's the battery. Tell me your Mac will soon will sleep soon unless plugged into an outlet. So that's always a warning. Someone's unplugging from the matrix. I don't know why. I need to plug I need to put the plug in, and I've always made it about that. Oh wait a minute, I can put the plug in because I think I always make it about unplugging from the matrix, but. Yeah, I think what I'm getting at is the guy comes back and he's like, none of that mattered. Everything that I thought I wanted and that I needed, which in some people's cases would be chasing money and bigger dreams and stuff. Like everything that actually is my big dream involves you. And if I don't have, he doesn't say something like that, but and then he's like, will you marry me? And she's like, well, aren't we already married? Aren't we already? She says something like, aren't we already like, she doesn't say, aren't we already like birds? She says, whatever the bird is, like, because they're migratory. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I can't say that word, but because because he went away but he returns, it's like, so it's again, it's romantic. It's romantic, but um what's your favorite movie ever? Surely it's not the one I just quoted. Or is it the what one are you talking about? Do you like Where the Crawdads Sing as well? Definitely went up to be one of my favorites. But unfortunately, because I'm in this rather poignant time in my life, it was the line when she was like, the heart pain sank into the sand like a footprint, deep enough. What was it? Deep enough, but still there. I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling that. Do you know what I mean? Like it's. I think yeah, if you have ever been heartbroken and still are heartbroken, you know, the footprint fades into the sand, but it's still there. And you can still feel it, but it's faded enough for you to crack on with other stuff. But yeah, I think that's quite poignant with some of the shit that's been shared in the chat. But yeah, all jokes aside, true twin flames, divine lovers, when you come out the other side, the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, like I say about this card, it says, forgive yourself in every moment and open your heart to receive the gift of love. Um, I think there is a lot. Oh, right, Dirty Dancing. Oh, yeah, me too. Everyone. I was going to say that's a bit strange if you like Where the Crow. I mean, not that, I think it is a brilliant film, but it would be a bit weird if it was someone's, that'd be kind of very specific if it was someone's favourite. Um, but yeah, they look like they've forgiven each other, so I hope where there's for. Oh, don't stop. Oh, wait a minute. How does that go again? Live in joy, don't stop moving. I can't even remember how that goes. I want to sing S Club 7. Don't stop moving. It's not that though. How does that go again? Anyway, I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to put that on and then I'll remember how it goes. But yes, I am bursting on a pee now. So yes, I don't know when I'll see you next, but I'll see you at some point. So if you're in this part of the world where I am, enjoy the sun for the next couple of days because it looks like it's out. I don't really like the sun, but I'm going to brace it anyway and just having a bit of a rest. And just for a change. And well, if you're in England, it's even hotter, and I hope that you can make the most of that and stay safe and everything. And in other parts of the world, it's even hotter. And yes, just prayers for whatever's going on in different people's lives. And if you want to book a session, email me. Like I said, just see how I'm doing, um, energy-wise, kind of thing. And if I've got the energy, we can do it. Otherwise, we can arrange, for when because I'm most likely like I've more got energy. My energy is usually the best on the fire moons, sometimes some of the air moons, some of the what did I say? Some of the earth moons, but really I'm not really any good on any of the water moons, so just keeping it real. Yeah. Cancer, not so much, maybe more than the others. Pisces, Scorpio. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. Scorpio, some of Scorpio moon, I've got the most energy, but yeah, usually Cancer and Pisces now. And that's why I'm not good in this combo. Whether I was recovering from a car crash or not, it's Cancer season. And when it was Pisces moon over the weekend, oh my God, I knew I wasn't going to like that energy, and I was right. That was a long weekend. But anyway, it's only up from here. 7-7 portal. I hope we've all had some kind of galactic activation that changes our life for the better. We can only hope and pray. Right. Peace out. See you later. Thanks for being here live on the replay. If you could like the video, very appreciative. If you could go back and watch the one that I done earlier too, that would be great. If we could get some of those views up. Look, do you know what? Even if you don't even want to fucking watch it, if you want to watch it and then go off and do the cooking or something and leave it rolling and do your fucking girl a favour, that'd be great. But but yes, anyway, I'm gonna go now. See you later. Um, oh God. how do I end it? Time. Toast, I want toast. Like, seriously, what on earth? I think I'm just going to have to click this off and then find the Zoom. There it is. Back to me. No, I don't want to go back to the meeting. I want to end it. Oh, 4 hours. 4 hours on